Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm RxOliver and these are my friends. And tonight we're playing Coriolis, the Great Dark. This is the Flowers of Algorab, Session 13, or Chapter 2, Session 1. And the whole crew is with me tonight. Welcome back, Brian. So we have Brian, Max, David and Dave, and as always, in the Games Master's seat, the legendary Logan 9.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move us back to the scene we were at when we finished last session.
The
And then I'll
vault.
open up with our vignette once everybody's in there. So we
See if it-
left the main part of our group in the delve. Does anybody want to? Well, let me do the vignette, and then we'll talk about what's going on and what happened. Okay. And this is a bit of a flash forward for some of you as well, but as I said, not as much you have to worry about. So here we go. Ship City died.
Yes, okay.
At 13 hours, 29 minutes ship time on the 21st of Eridani, Ship City went dark. We only know the exact time because of stopped chronometers and other timed electronics. We don't know for how long, not exactly. We got lucky. The fields that covered parts of Aluminum Bay and Hulltown flickered, but held. Everything else electronic failed. Everything that could take a signal screamed. No one knew what that was about. Ask 10 people who heard it, and you'd get 10 different answers. Alien shriek, ghostly voices, the word of God. Anyone that had heard the signal was changed. Ship City died, but thankfully only briefly. Now we had to figure out how to make sure it doesn't happen again with more permanence. And so, for the rest of you that are still in the delve, currently it is quiet. There is no hum. You are standing over the body that you have discovered that inexplicably is wearing a jumpsuit from the Nadir, one of the two arc
A vacuum
ships.
suit, I believe.
A vacuum suit, yes. A vacuum
Yep.
suit from the Nadir, one of the two ships that left the homeworld centuries ago.
And had never been found, correct?
The Nadir has never been found, no.
Am I right in thinking from very, very early on, we were told people came to the third horizon following a signal?
People came to the Lost Horizon, actually.
Sorry, the Lost Horizon,
following a
yes.
signal.
My apologies. Yes.
Which is where you currently are. Let's see. I believe I talk about that in one of the vignettes. I can review it for you very quickly if I could find it.
That's what I think I heard in one of the vignettes. In
Yeah.
which case, did they ever find the signal?
No.
Or was this the
Or
signal?
have
So
we
it's actually
now found it?
This thing?
It's actually from the first vignette. We came here following a signal, 12 years chasing it through the Great Dark. Some thought it a transmission from the lost Ark ship Nadir. Others thought it might be a beacon leading back to another horizon, maybe the second or even the first. All it did was lead us here to the Lost Horizon.
Yes. So that's a possibility.
Maybe this is the signal.
Do you want a quick recap as to where I think we are at present?
Sure, yeah.
Well, Osric is somewhat worried.
Hang on.
Here we
Sorry,
are.
1 second, David. I was supposed to have music, Brian.
Certainly.
There is.
I can hear a hum music in the background.
Okay,
it's soft, but it's there.
Yes. It's very soft.
This is an ambient track.
We are currently standing in a heavily blighted vault with covered in desiccated vines, in the center of which, wreathed in some of the vines, is a vac-suited figure. Now, Ozil and I had hallucinations coming down the well, in which I now remember I saw
Oh,
the
it's
figure,
me.
but
It was
no,
Edris.
you
You and Edris.
you had it, but I also had it. It didn't register at the time, but I remember it now.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't a dead figure, was it? I thought it was alive.
Mm-hmm. That's what.
Anyway,
was in the vision.
it was holding a small black orb in its hand, and in one of its pouches was another pouch containing a dried white flower. And I believe our gardener was going to give us a gardener connection was going to give us some information on it, but he was so keen on finding out what the orb did that he grabbed it and held it in his hand.
Oh, he's a pair of tongs.
Gloved hand, David. Gloved
Oh,
hand.
no. You held it in your hand. It might have been in a glove, just like that desiccated mummy there. Sorry, did I kind of say desiccated mummy? Yes, I did, didn't I?
A little bit.
Yes.
How's Ozil looking at the moment?
Scared.
Ozil is looking fine.
He's biting his
that's
lip
all
like
right.
this.
I do want to clarify, the signal did appear to happen as soon as Ozil grabbed the orb.
Exactly.
I also want to clarify that the orb, just so that we're clear, although it is black and did appear to be kind of glittering, you're not sure if it was
in the torchlight,
emitting its own light or not.
Yeah.
But it is not. It does not look similar to the marbles that you believe are the blight spiders.
Yes.
This is about the size of an apple, and does not appear to be of the same construction.
The insignia on this suit tell us that this is someone called Nikovar, who was a crew member on the Nadir, which was lost from the first horizon. Could this be the signal we were following? Who knows? The holding the orb has caused all our communicators and lights to go fizzle.
Yep, we had to put supply to turn them back on.
We used some supply to turn our lights back on. Did it also turn our communicators back on so we can talk to each other, or are we just gesticulating?
So that's a good question. For a time, as you fumbled with your supply to try to get everything back up, you were having trouble. So you don't know exactly how much time has passed, but eventually, after what for some of you might seem a few moments, for others might have seemed an eternity, depending upon how you react to be inside of essentially a vac suit with no air supply and just breathing the air left in your suit. Although there is air on the station, I assume none of you took your suits off or opened your faceplates.
In a heavily blighted area.
Not in here, no.
It was my assumption. I could be wrong.
Do we look mad?
No.
But yeah, so after a time, you managed to get your lights going, and then with a few crackles and some messing around with the reception of it, you're able to get your comm links back up. So no, you don't have to go faceplate to faceplate, but maybe you did for a time. There is atmosphere here, so even if you yelled inside your spacesuit, you might have been able to hear each other. It's not like space.
If we touch faceplate to faceplate, then vibration would transmit messages.
Vibrationally would translate.
We can reassure each other that we're all okay at present, even before the light comes back.
Right.
And I'm glad to hear Ozil's okay.
What did Ozil do when that shriek happened? Are you still holding on to the orb? Did you drop it?
No, I gave it back to Rico.
You gave it to Rico.
I can put it back in tongs, and I didn't touch it with a hand. I'm looking at it.
I gave it right back to Rico.
I told you not to touch it, and I put it in a pouch. I'm like,
okay, that's fair.
But we all noticed that the noises of Ship City
Also,
suddenly are not there.
also,
Yep.
I felt in my mind like it sent a message and something responded. Something heard the message
telling
and
them
responded.
this?
Yeah, I'm going to tell them that.
Okay. Once comms are back up and
Yeah.
communication is
I
easier.
tell them it sent some message. I could feel it inside me, and something heard the signal and something responded.
So we've just sent
possibly
a
the
"We are
nadir.
here" message across.
Might be the
Or
same kind
we've
of
got a
message
direction.
that
We might have a direction to where the nadir is, if that was a communication to the nadir.
but also it might be the same signal that they came here for. You know what I mean? If that was the if that's the signal that they followed, and then they found the Chip City here because they came for a signal, we might have just sent someone else who's looking for a new home. We might have just said, "Hello, come here. Place is cool."
Well,
I don't know. We might have saved the civilization. We might have saved the civilization. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Probably not. Knowing my luck, we didn't. Not at all.
Well, are you going to get a chance to take the fire out, the plant out?
Well, hang on a second. As far as we know, looking out into the other chamber, you told us that the Grey Wardens had vanished. They'd gone.
Well, no. I told you that after last session ended. You guys actually haven't been back out into
so we
the
don't
Blight
know that
area,
yet.
we don't know that yet. Yeah. All right. So, I forgot what we were discussing, but you have all got your comms back. You have your lights back. However, the station is still, as far as you can tell from where you are, dark.
Right. So, as far as inside the vault, has the situation changed since the lights went out? Specifically, when we came in, there was freezing cold frost, there was blight ice falling. Does the vault seem to be warming up?
So, clarify. Blight frost doesn't necessarily mean cold. It just acts like frost and ice. But it is crystallized blight. Think of it like that.
Okay, sorry. I thought it was freezing cold, but obviously not.
Now it is it's cool down here. I mean, you're in the kind of the depths of the asteroid that makes up the main body of Ship City. But it's not necessarily freezing. However, in reference to blight itself, there are still motes of blight drifting all over the place. This is still your minor scanners would indicate this is still a blight zone. So nothing appears to have changed, except you now have the orb, and there was the signal that was sent out. But aside from that, nothing has changed.
And there is the flower that Oziel was going to.
You do also have the flower. There was some discussion about taking the body with you last time, and I appreciate Max's zeal. But I think you would all know, for safety's sake, and for the not wanting to destroy anything, you will need to send down like a team designed to extract this body. And now that you have information about the delve itself, it will be relatively easy for the Explorers Guild to put that team together. But you guys are not going to get out of here with the body today. So you are able to leave with the flower and the orb, though.
Okay, so the orb may be considered an artifact, but we don't know about the flower yet.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, I thought that Oziel was going to have a look at it.
I am going to have a look at the flower because I've got some special things to have a look at that with. Yeah, the reason that you didn't see the map on stream for a minute, Dave, was because I refreshed again, because I don't hear the music still for some reason.
Okay.
Does the stream hear it?
No, if I don't hear it, the stream doesn't.
I can hear it.
No, you're not watching the stream, you're playing Foundry.
Well, I know.
Dumbasses.
But all we're saying is, if you can't hear it on Foundry, then...
If I can't hear it, the audience doesn't hear it. No?
You check the volume level. What's your volume level at? Just out of curiosity.
I could put it on 100 for both, and I don't hear it. For both the
Nothing, huh?
overall music and the fog
tell you
bound,
what,
which
I'll
is the
stop it.
track. Yeah.
And then I will start again with another track, and we'll see if it starts up for you. Does it say anything is playing for you?
It says that on the ship track is playing, yeah. But I don't hear it.
Still can't hear anything?
Oh, did you can you hear anything else on?
I'm gonna have a look
Google?
at my settings. I'll have a look at my settings. It's not
'Cause,
my well.
there might be.
I'll check my volume mixer on my PC. Yeah, Google Chrome's turned up to 100%.
Yeah, use the volume mixers. Make
Do you
sure
have the
that.
tab
Yeah.
muted though?
No, I never mute this tab. My Twitch is
Okay.
muted, obviously, but is there sound settings in the settings?
Not that I'm aware of.
No, I don't think so. Eh?
The only one I know is in the little volume thing by itself.
Everything that can go wrong is going wrong tonight, guys. I want my
Yeah,
viewers
well,
to
it's
have the
fine.
music. I love the music, and I'm sure the
Yeah,
viewers
I
love
think
the
it's good,
music.
but-
So
If we need to, I don't know, put a stream of the music together for you. Oh, now I'm getting a buzzing from somebody.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I've
Oh,
just
that's just
done that.
Dave.
that's David. That was happening earlier. I don't know what that is.
Everybody else can hear the music though, right?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Why is it just me that doesn't hear it?
Maybe it's a bug with the Foundry or something.
I mean, I hate to say this, but try refreshing again, maybe.
I did a minute ago. That's why
Oh, okay.
that's why my map
wild.
that's
Okay.
why it disappeared. I don't know what's going on.
I know the music's great, but we'll forge ahead. You know,
Yeah, we will.
figure something out for music in post, maybe.
Yeah.
So you have the
Okay,
flower. Oliver, if you want to make a roll to kind of look at it, you can. Obviously, I mean, you have your skill and your talents, but there's not really anything else you can do research-wise down here. You can't. You don't have a lab or anything like that, but you can take a look at it.
Is it logic?
For this would be logic, yeah.
So I can
You
use.
had a lot botany book, don't you?
I've got the botanist talent and I've got a botany book
Yeah.
as well. Where is the book?
Yeah, you can use the book as well.
Music started. Music came back. As soon as I rolled the dice, the
Hey.
music just came back like magic.
It's like ha ha ha, great point.
Wow, 3 successes. Do you
Oh
wanna accept
yes,
that,
I
or-
believe we accepted
No.
that. The music came back for the epic roll. How good was that, viewers?
So, you're not gonna like me. So with 3 successes, you are very certain this is a petal from a flower that has not been seen before. It is not in any records that you have or that you're aware of. I'll tell you what, for 3 successes, I will give you a very tenuous memory that you have something, and it's not even a specific type of flower. You just recall from your gardener background people talking about the pale hulls and the petals that fall there, but it's more like mythology. It's story. It's not like there's no genus or species that you can think of. It's not you're not thinking about, you're just, the flower, the petal reminds you of this myth that you've heard years ago of the pale hull.
And it's a never before seen flower, so it could be that.
As
David-
far as you can tell, yeah.
David-
This matches nothing.
David, what is it that's interfering with your sound? Because we're getting a really terrible buzzing sound from you. It's like you've
I
got a mobile,
honestly don't know.
like you've got a mobile phone next to the router or something, mate.
Or a fan going.
Or a fan. If maybe a fan's
No.
hitting your mic. Have you got a fan hitting your mic?
No.
No.
My mic is right next to my mouth.
Yeah, it's not like it's
Yeah.
your mic. It's like that kind of interference you get when a mobile phone's next to a router. It's like that every now and again, a beeping.
It's the heat.
There's
The
there's
fucking,
no mobile phones on the table.
it's the heat. It's the
Um,
devil. Oh, well,
also not
we-
constant.
it's not constant. Yeah, we'll just press on. I just wondered
push
if you
through,
if you knew what it was, so we
No,
could fix it.
no, I'm sorry.
No worries. No, it's all right. We've got a cursed stream tonight, mate. Everything that can go wrong is
Yeah,
going
right.
on.
But we're gonna keep going.
We are pressing
Okay,
on, though.
so no idea about the pedal, but again, that kind of story, that myth that you've heard.
Well, I since we can't do anything else in this room, and anything else that might be in here is buried under these vines, I suggest we pull back out of this room.
Oh yeah. I don't want to go digging about and find riddled vine in blight riddled vines anyway. But I will tell the gang about that. This is a never seen before flower. No one's ever heard of this before. This is undiscovered, and I'll tell them how it reminds me of the stories of the Pale Hall.
Oh, I'll also tell you with 3 successes, because in the last session we said that you couldn't identify the vines either. You are relatively certain to the 99th percentile that this petal does not match the vines. It's not from these vines.
So it's not a flower from this vine. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Is the vine blighted itself too, or?
Well, it's difficult to say. It looks like dried, dead vines.
Yeah. But
You don't. Without
Yes,
a
but
lab, it's
also-
difficult to take specific blight scans, especially in a zone drenched in blight.
Exactly.
Well-
So we don't know whether the blight is coming from the vines, or from the spacesuit, or from somewhere else.
Right.
It's
Or
just
the
here.
orb.
These objects that we've got and found, if we take them back to Ship City, is there a chance that they could have blight in them?
Well,
Or
When
now
we
we
get
come
out,
to an interesting idea
Surely.
that no one has asked about before.
Yeah,
So
well-
there was some discussion before we started playing about the edicts of Ship City.
That's what I'm
Would
thinking.
someone like to read the specific edict?
If you bring blight onto Ship City,
It's like punishment worse than death. You get like vacuumed into, like sent out into space or something, or sent to space jail or something really bad.
With no
the
trial
6 edicts.
and no appeal.
with no trial, yeah.
No trial and no appeal.
That's why I'm asking, because if we're
Those who bring
Go-
any
gonna
forms
go
of blight
back.
to Ship City risk the future of all and will be sentenced to ejection into the vacuum of space. Appeals of mercy are not
Yeet.
permitted. Can I point out we are already in Ship City, so
You are.
therefore
We wouldn't be
we are
bringing it
not
into Ship City. That's
bringing
true.
it into Ship
Oh,
City.
Good point,
Now,
David.
I was going to ask
We need to
Ashes
test
to
them.
check for blight on these items, but there is very little point in asking Ashes to do that in an area which we know
Surrounded
is
by blight.
level 3 blight.
well, this was going to lead into my next question / suggestion. If we take these back, as we are going to, because Master Musker will need to know what's happened, and will we be testing these in a lab? Maybe on. Have we got a lab on
Mhm.
our?
You do.
Yeah,
you,
but
you
I
do
think
have a
haven't we?
functional lab
Well,
on your
We
shuttle.
could test them in the lab before we announce that we've found these items.
True.
So let me add to this. You are explorers. Explorers probably don't broadcast this, but to say that the explorers don't have any blight in their archives would be a stretch.
Mhm.
Sometimes artifacts
Might have a wee bit blight.
have a bit of blight
we-
on them.
Okay.
Okay. Wait with that.
Well,
And no one has put down the Explorers Guild yet. And it's been functioning for a number of years at this point.
Okay, go ahead.
well, can I suggest we move out of this vault into the previous chamber, and well, we can just. Would somebody look out the door, just make sure we haven't got Grey Wardens waiting for us?
I'll head over and have a peek into the other.
Oh, thank you.
So as you
Chamber.
move away from the center of this chamber, you'll recall it's quite large. And you come once again within light range of the vast doors. They have closed.
Oh,
Oh.
great.
Guys, the doors have closed.
You what?
All right, so yeah, this is all right. Let me see if I can get the doors open.
These
So there
are
is
these doors are like giant
there is a
size.
glyph on this side of the doors as well.
I've not touched
Yeah,
them.
they're
I'm just saying they've
huge.
closed. I don't know if they're locked or not. I'm just saying they've
Well,
closed.
what's the glyph on this side of the doors? He says, as
The
a
same
kind of,
glyph is on the other side.
It says sesame.
Well, I would suggest that Ozil touches the glyph.
I
A
do.
second.
Okay, so
I'm not
Sil
touching it.
reaches out and touches the
With-
glyph, and it's limed very briefly with
Ozil's gloved
minimal,
hand
almost
touches.
okay,
the glyph.
almost questionable amount of light. You're not even sure that tracery of light was even there. But then the doors rumble open. And as you'll
Okay.
recall, the atrium is also quite large, and your lights didn't reach this side of it
Yes.
from the other side. So you'll need to
Yeah.
approach to see if there are any Grey Wardens still present.
I will sneak to the alcoves and check.
Be
Well,
careful.
The
first
first
of all,
alcove you
You're
check,
more than welcome.
the first alcove you check is empty. There's not a Grey Warden there.
Is the blight flow still running?
Is it still?
So you
Because you-
notice that there is no longer that pulse, that breath of blight that was constantly kind of pushing out from the vault.
Oh, good.
I'll check. the
Blight
others.
is still present, it's just no longer that continuous pulse. Nor is there, I should say, in case anyone thinks to look, a pulse of any kind coming from the orb.
The orb's in a bag, so
The orb, if you check on it in the bag, the orb seems dormant.
I'll systematically check the. Was it 4, 5?
Yeah, there are
think
6, and all of them are just, the plinths are empty.
I'll signal to the others that they've gone. They've
Okay.
gone.
I think we need to get up out of here.
Yep.
Well,
Okay, so at this
Before
point, I
we
think we
go-
will... Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to ring First Servant Nima and have a quick chat. I will mention it to my colleagues because I don't want to get shot for this. But we're sitting down at the bottom of the well. All the wardens are between us and the outside. I'd suggest that I contact First Servant Nima and ask her to deploy the guards to arrest the wardens.
Osric, if you do,
Mhm.
and if she asked if we found anything, what are you going to say?
What are
I'm
you
going
going
to say that we found that the Grey Wardens were here, being cocooned in a blight
Who
stream,
perverse things with blight?
etc., etc.
You're not going to mention the artifact, are you?
I'm not going to mention the fact that we might be responsible for turning off Ship City.
Also, you're not going to mention the
All right,
artifact at all.
We
So-
100% were responsible.
You're not going to mention the artifact, and
It's
you're not
a-
going to mention the man either, eh?
You know that I'm quite good at not revealing information.
omitting.
So
You
I
don't
will
need to
tell
lie,
you at this point,
Just don't volunteer the
Ship
truth.
City. At this point, Ship City still seems quiet to you.
Yes.
You still haven't heard the hum of the life support. So
If we had to hunt for supply to kind of put batteries in our gear to get it started again, I would imagine they're having
what
to
everyone else is
reboot
doing.
all the generators from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
well, and
For
all
example.
electronics and everything. So
Yes, yes.
you try to use the communicator that she's given you, and at this point, it does not connect. You're just getting static. So you're thinking they might not have gotten
Ah,
around
well-
to the communicator on the
Yeah.
other side yet.
Well, it was her tablet. It was her tabula or whatever.
Right. But I
Is it
mean,
connected to it?
she might be dealing with other things more important than her tablet at this point.
More important than me? Good lord.
Is it worth, is it
Someone
worth
felt
getting,
crucial.
is it
Typical
worth getting
Coriolis.
to back up upside and then make the call? I'm very uncomfortable down here.
It will take you time to get back
Yeah,
up
exactly.
topside.
It's going to take us time, and we don't know where those wardens are.
How
they
long
may
it's gonna
well
take.
be between. Yes.
The mirrors
So-
to get here.
Well, I would suggest that we
if
start
we-
back up, and I keep trying every so often to see if I can contact her. I mean,
Again, Max and Oliver hanging. We can wait, but I'm trying to move everybody back to the Lost Vault.
Oh no, it's working. He got his 94.
91.
Okay, so
97.
you asked how long.
Yep.
One-
I will try and ask Ashes if Ashes can tell me how long it was between the lights going out and the lights coming on again. In other words, that's the time period. Can Ashes tell me that? Because Ashes wouldn't have been affected by kind of lack of life support or anything like that.
No.
True.
But can
Ashes.
I get that? Can I get that across to Ashes to try and get an actual value?
Ashes is able to tell you not long,
But that's the limit.
but that's the
Yeah.
limit of what Ashes can reveal.
Very
So
good.
There you
let me
go.
figure this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Assuming you take the same path.
Still loading the map.
18.
1,
It's going to
2,
take
3, 4,
18
5,
shifts or 18
6,
stretches,
7, 8, 9,
which is about
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
3 shifts. Is that right? 18 stretches. How many stretches are in a shift?
What's the stretch? 10 minutes.
No, a stretch is about 15 minutes. So what's 15 times 18?
300 minus 30. 270.
So yeah, it's going to take you about 4.5 hours, roughly.
If
to
not, if
get
nothing
out.
goes wrong.
It took you about the same amount of time to get down. So we're just going to say that by the time you get out, it's going to be the middle of the night.
And it also costs us 17 or 18 supply.
18 supply, yeah. But you don't have to do exploration rolls or anything like that on the way out.
And we don't have to avoid light on the way out. We automatically avoid it on the way out.
No, you've already dealt with it. So the only concern on the way out is if you run into an encounter of any kind, which may or may not happen. We'll see once you say you want to start going, or if you are out of supply, then you have to start making like out of supply checks every marker that you cross.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're going to be out of supply. I think you guys have plenty to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only got 2 left.
I think
I've
we have
been
about
wasting most of what I had.
35 between us.
You have 34 total. So yeah, do you want to head up or?
So we head up and get
No.
out of here.
Map
Yes.
just finally loaded for me.
Well, good timing.
Very good
So
timing.
yeah, you are able to return to the top. You're gonna have to spend the 18 supply. So if somebody wants to take that, a total of 18 needs to be removed from your sheets.
So I've got 10 on my sheet. I'll just take the 10 off mine.
Okay.
I've got 13 on mine. I can take 8 off mine.
There we go.
Okay.
There you go.
I've got 9 on mine.
That's
No,
it.
but-
We've done
Well,
enough.
they've already got the 18.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
we-
no,
No, we
excuse
got
me,
enough.
18, sorry.
We've done enough, yeah.
We're good.
Sweet, sweet.
It hasn't updated the crew sheet, strangely. Oh yeah, there it is. And we didn't do this before, but I'm assuming that you've all shuffled things around enough to where you can carry the 25 shards out as well.
Mhm.
Which
Well,
way
I have got
4 of them
space
takes a slot. So
so
I got space for a lot.
yeah, I especially with the supply you've spent, you guys are fine.
I can
taking
take
shards out.
8.
Okay, so 25
Yeah, I
shards.
can take 8.
I'm
Does
sure
a
you
shard
get
does a shard
25.
weigh 1 or
1
what?
quarter.
4 shards
4,
weighs 1.
4 shards.
is
4
It's
shards
the
weighs
same
1.
as supply, essentially. So
Well, I can carry 11, so we've got plenty of space.
Yeah, you got plenty of space. Okay, so you managed to climb out. The return trip is not quite as harrowing because you're not having to deal with these strange emanations. You're familiar with the landscape. You do see signs that a group has ascended before you, but you don't run into them.
Okay, am I able to contact First Servant Nima before we reach the surface?
I'll say if you continue to try, I
Which
will
I
say
will.
that probably by at least halfway up, you manage to contact First Servant Nima. You call a halt for a moment while you interact with her. What do you say?
Very good. Greetings, First Servant Nima. My crew and I have been investigating matters, and I have something of concern to report. We have found an area, a blighted area within Ship City, which
She says, "One moment," and you can hear her like tapping on her tabula. Okay,
You also,
Mirmibo, continue.
you also, when it's quiet like that, you'll hear Ozil tapping as well. It's just his fingernail tapping on something, some piece of equipment, just making a very irritating tapping sound. Tap, tap,
Right.
tap, 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 tap.
I shall make sure I'm at the other side of the group from Ozil. Would there be bad consequences if people discovered that the Grey Wardens were using blight for any reason?
I mean, it would call in to question their status. Are you saying that they are?
We discovered them almost in cocoons of blight power. I mean, I don't know what this stuff is, but we found 6 of them cocooned in what appeared to be some sort of blight power down here. And thinking about it, well, one of them was hang on a second, where's his name? Sir Aaron Mir Bilal, the head of the Grey Wardens. And thinking about it, I seem to recall he's been officiating in the Grey Wardens for at least the last 80 years. So we thought that possibly this might be unnaturally extending his life and possibly doing similar things for the other Grey Wardens. But what I was considering was that they have fled and appear probably going back up the well, and it would probably be sensible to call out the guards to detain them and prevent them from destroying any evidence that that there might be as to what they've actually been doing. The other thing I was going to suggest was that you contact Master Muska and ask her to come over to the inner sanctum, and possibly she could discuss with you what may or may not be revealed as a consequence of this delve. That the Explorers Guild and the Coriolites may well have common interests. But certainly, if the Grey Wardens could be apprehended until people can find out what's actually been going on, it would be wise, I think.
So it's quite late between your time delving down and then back up, particularly because you also rested a shift in the delve. At this point, it's not quite 0 dark 30 on the 22nd, but it's getting very close. And you will be into the next day by the time you exit the delve. So I will tell you that she says, Mirmibo, these are strong accusations, and it's quite late. I suggest you and your team try to extricate yourself from this well as safely as possible and return to your ship to rest and take stock and prepare. I will contact your Master Muska. You may want to contact her in the morning as well. But these things take time. I don't know. I don't have jurisdiction in the City of the Dead. That is the realm of the keepers of the dead. That is not. They. I will do what I can.
I was just concerned that it may bring problems for Coriolites as a whole if the Grey
As a
Wardens
whole,
are
I
found.
doubt it. They are a faction. They are a singular faction. Yes, they are Coriolite, but they are as separate from Coriolites as a whole as we are from the majority of the population of Ship City.
Very good, mistress. I just thought I should warn you.
I appreciate the warning, and I will take steps to make sure that you and your team are as safe as possible, at least where the Coriolites are concerned.
Thank you, mistress.
So I'm going to finally, at some point soon, going to want to talk to my contact, something I've never done. I think I'm the only one that's never spoken to their contact, which is the second botanist. So,
yeah,
how am I going to go about that? How would I do that? Would I just stop by the office?
You could,
It's a
or you can
ticker.
send a message, but let's focus on getting out first.
Yeah.
So you spend the rest of the time getting out. You've already spent the supply. Again, nothing happens. You don't run into any of the Coriolites of this faction. We'll just call them the Wardens. I will say that once you reach this point, if everyone can see where I'm pinging on the map.
Yep.
Let me just close my character sheet.
Yes.
Yes.
Once you reach that point, having followed the same path that you did on the way down, you do notice that it appears that the crematoriums, which are actually down in this area, they appear to be, from what you can tell from here, dark. And as you continue up and out, you reach the mausoleums. That is the kind of hidden entrance to the shaft. And, obviously, once you get to this point, there's actually a stairwell that makes it quite a bit easier for you to travel up. I will go ahead and give you all while you're traveling up the stairwell, something that I forgot to do on the way down, but I can go ahead and do it now. I'll give everybody an attempt at a perception test. Not Brian yet, obviously, because you're not here. But if everyone wants to make a perception test for me.
Am I searching for clues?
It's not clues, no. This is general awareness.
Ooh,
Always fair to ask.
Nothing but ones. I'm accepting mine and hoping someone
Probably
else
don't
does
push
better.
that, then.
Oh no.
Osric's got one.
Osric's got one. Anybody else?
Well,
Did everybody else fail?
I'm just waiting for another hallucination.
No, actually, this time it's not a hallucination. As you've kind of gotten used to being in the delve, and the return trip is not quite so onerous as the trip down, you're keeping an eye out for maybe new things or interesting things you can spot, and you do, Osric, see kind of nestled in a bit of debris on one of the steps as you head upwards. There appears to be some kind of bracelet or bangle of some kind lying on the floor.
Well, I shall pick it up. It may well have been dropped by one of the Grey Wardens.
So as you pick it up, I mean, it seems like it's been there for some time. It is a bit covered in dust. It could have been dropped by a Grey Warden, though. Nonetheless, they do go up and down to work the crematoriums. But as you're looking at it, you get the sense that this is a very nice piece of Coriolite jewelry. It's definitely got that heirloom quality about it in terms of its design and construction. It's not a piece of technology specifically, but would be of some value perhaps to someone in the quarter, or particularly if you could find someone related to the owner. So you can indicate that you have a Coriolite bangle or heirloom Coriolite bangle. You can note that somewhere. I will write it down as well, and you can investigate that more at your leisure should you choose to.
Yep.
Okay. The rest of your trip up is, as I said, without consequence or without interruption. And we will say now it is into the morning shift, the dawn, the evening shift, I guess, the midnight and to 6 a.m. shift of Eridani 22.
Have the
You've
noises of
been
Ship City restarted?
It's a good question. So as you've been coming up out of the well, you don't quite know exactly when it happened because you've been climbing and moving and kind of lost track of it. But yes, at some point, it seems as if Ship City has come alive again. And in fact, as you enter the mausoleum where the hidden entrance is, there are lights on in the mausoleum. As you exit the mausoleum, I suppose you do. You're not all going to cramp into the mausoleum, are you?
No.
You're going to leave it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yes, you can see lights twinkling in various places throughout the rest of the City of the Dead. It is still night, of course, so there isn't an overall ambient light from above as some caverns and locations use, but it seems the power is back, and you can once again, when you focus on it, hear the life support systems, the breathing of Ship City. So it seems to have survived whatever the signal was.
Good.
Right. So now we need to get back to the Explorers Guild without having problems with the Zapti and
Well, again, it's
the
quite
Wardens.
late,
Do it in the
and
morning.
you know,
Get some rest.
it's your call, but it is not. Although Muska has an open door policy, like Muska also sleeps.
I
I
think
mean, we
if
could
we
always-
rest, because if we run into trouble, a couple
Before we
of us
rest,
have
yeah.
experiences down there, and I'm still
Yeah,
a bit
I got my
shaky.
ass kicked with the heart.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you want to go?
I
to the
would
ship.
recommend we go and report back to Master Muska because this is serious. There is blight in Ship City.
Should we go straight to Moscow? Moscow will be sleeping.
Well, we
For
can
some
always
reason,
sleep
I told you
there.
to go back to your ship.
We're in
I think
between
rest.
midnight
I
and
think we
6 in
rest.
the morning here. I think we go back to the ship and then go to Moscow
Yeah.
first thing in the morning.
I'm tired. I'm like, I gotta sleep. Anyways.
Speaking of which, it did take you about a shift, all told, to get back to the top. So everyone can remove a point of damage, health damage, and remove a point of heart damage, both of which automatically happen every shift.
Yay. But not hope, eh? Hope's 1d6 when we
Not
rest.
hope. No, you gotta sleep
Now,
for
hope's
hope.
only when you're sleeping.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm still dazed, so
I'm still dazed for a couple more days.
I'll go along with the group then. I still think we
Okay.
should go to Moscow.
What, you can always send a ticker and say, hey, we'll see you in the morning. We got important information.
It takes longer than that, doesn't it, for a ticker?
Yeah, it's not an
And
instant
I'm
thing.
not sure the ticker
Yeah,
system is
it's
going
not
to be
immediate.
working yet.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
It might not be. It might not be
up and
considered
running,
a core necessity. So, returning to your ship. And I mean, I did kind of push you in this direction, but
It's
there was
fine.
a reason.
No, that's fine.
I wonder why.
Before we leave the sanctum, can
Uh-huh.
I get some various bits and pieces from the archaeological kit and suggest that we put the flower in these opaque box, and similarly another one for the opaque box for that orb that is currently in the tongs, and
Yeah,
then I will
sure.
In a bag.
seal them with first servant Nima's seal,
Okay.
which I'm still carrying.
That
Nice.
is true. Okay.
So yes, this is now official. All right.
Okay.
Just in case we get stopped by the Zapti.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, incidentally, do we need to hide any weapons?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you
well,
might want to.
yeah,
I've
I
got a
got a
coiler
pistol
rifle.
on me.
Coiler rifle and a pistol. that
I've
we
got
could do with
my
rapid-
Pistols
pistol
would
with
be
me as well.
pretty easy. The coiler rifle is another concern.
Okay.
But I will tell you that as you head through the chasm and then down into the haze, again, it is essentially the sleeping shift for most people.
Mhm.
You don't run into any Zapti patrols. You see very few people, in fact. And you are able to take the lift down to Aluminum Bay from the haze.
When I relax, I'll just get out a pack and start smoking.
Okay.
Drink some tea.
Oh dear.
Dave can't indulge right now. He used his.
can't.
His is
I need
all
some
gone.
Syrah
So he
Syrah.
has a chance to do some shopping.
I need to get to the
Um,
markets tomorrow.
Right.
Itching.
So it does take some time, but still during the same shift, you return to the Mira, perhaps to some trouble.
This scene takes ages to load. I'm restarting my computer at halftime. No, it loaded. It actually
you made it
loaded this
before
time.
Max this time.
Yeah, it actually worked this time. Fingers crossed it stays.
Oh,
I
stays
see the
good.
mirror, but it's all blank for me.
Go.
all dark.
Let's go.
Yeah, it'll just take a minute, mate.
Let's go.
Are you gonna piss me off? Yeah, it's like it's like all right. Who wants to get smacked with my new hammer? Like
Brian,
Yes.
would you like to ping for me a location where you have been surveilling the scene on the map, anywhere you choose, just not in or on the ship? Which is this right here, this big old thing.
Yeah, I figured that was the ship. Over here. To the right of the map.
Oh,
know
I
the
see.
picture's
I see it.
small.
Yep, I gotcha.
Just enough so I'm hidden, but I can see what's going on.
Right. Now, here's another question for you, Brian. Currently,
Mhm.
as you are in Ship City and not a Delve, are you in your suit or are you not?
I've been surveying
So,
these guys for a while.
yeah, but you also haven't really had access to the ship because they kind of are watching it. So
I probably wouldn't have it,
yeah,
which is
the
fine.
way we kind of described you being gone is you've been helping
A friend
a
who's just
family
moved
member
us.
like
Yeah.
get
Mhm.
settled on Ship City. So yeah, I don't think you would have
I
your
would not be
suit.
wearing the suit.
So you don't have a comm link either, which is fine.
Yeah, I don't think I have a small.
You perhaps, however, are able to spot your group as they approach the slip from the southwest over there.
Yes.
The hexagons are all various sizes of hex crates
Mm-hmm.
that things are shipped in. This monstrosity here is essentially like a
Like a loader.
mechanized
A loader.
loader, driving loader that is able to manipulate various sizes of hex crate. And yeah, so as you all approach, I'm going to need a perception check from all of you because they might be somewhat obscured by the various hex crates.
Okay.
Can I use stealthy as a talent for this?
Do you have a reason to be stealthy? Well, that wouldn't apply to a perception check. I don't
Okay.
think.
One success.
Okay.
So,
Oh, there we go.
so everybody except for Rico seems to, again, as you approach your slip, notice, as we discussed in previous sessions, that the area around your ship's berth seems empty. The neighboring slips do not have ships in them currently, and there's not a lot of people around, which is maybe not strange, because again, it's the middle of the night. But in Illumina Bay is kind of one of those places in Ship City that doesn't really sleep. So just down the way, there are a couple of cantinas and other establishments of certain levels of repute that are currently open, but you don't see a lot of people. However, everybody except for Rico seems to notice, maybe at a certain angle as you're approaching, there are some people standing out front of your ship's slip, and in fact in between you and your ship's entryway. Now, at this point, if you would like to be stealthy as you approach, you can, or if anybody wants to do anything else.
Okay.
Well, I shall.
I'll stealth a bit closer.
Yeah, somebody got to point it out to me. It's like, what the fuck are they doing here? Or something. I'm like,
I will mention it to people and ask somebody. Can anybody see? Are they Grey Wardens or Zapti or something? They're between us and the.
Do we know
the,
that,
the
mate?
ship?
I mean, if somebody stealthy were to get closer and take a peek.
Yeah, so I'll move a bit closer and.
Do you think we should just go to the guild? I say pointedly.
Well, they might be there as well, whoever it is.
Interfering with the guild?
Interfering, observing. Not interfering with our ship. They're just in between us and getting onto it. So
Is there an access at the other end of the ship, by the way?
So the access to the
access?
ship, it's actually a rear access point. It's not technically on the map. It's like a ramp that lowers down in the rear part. And the reason why you're approaching from this direction is because the rear part of the ship, where the access point would be, is also where like there's essentially a raisable kind of blast shield to prevent Ship City from taking any damage as your thrusters come online and you lift up and then move out. So I mean, with how they're arrayed, you're all fairly certain you're not going to be able to get to your gangway without them seeing you.
I'll move up to take a look,
Okay.
and then
Give me a stealth check.
you want a stealth check first. Of course.
I mean, you're going to move regardless. We'll see whether or not they see you.
What kind of check is a stealth check?
Oh, I'm sorry. That would be agility, and then you get to
agility,
use your
no,
stealthy
add
talent.
talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
hey, there's no ones though.
You're still wearing your suit.
Oh. Come on.
You want to
man.
push it?
Yeah. I forgot about that suit. Ugh.
Yep.
Oh, I accepted. Oh,
Go
sorry,
ahead and roll it
my
again.
bad.
Because
My
there
bad.
were no ones. Go ahead and roll it again. And I'll have you just use a point of hope. There you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
There you go.
And no more hope.
Whoa.
So just subtract 1 point of hope.
There we go.
And yeah, so you're able to go ahead and move yourself up to that location. And you can see clearly now that it is a group, at least from who you can see visible, it is a group of Zapti,
Mhm.
including a certain person that you are familiar with, Tamar Zarab.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two of the Zapti, you will also notice, I think you guys can see the names if you
Mhm.
mouse over them, if you zoom in, are
Yeah.
assault Zapti, and then two are just constables.
As
Assault
I'm looking,
officers, Zals.
as I'm looking around,
Uh-huh.
is there any way that I could see Ryan's character? Forgot the name. Sorry.
Greta.
Yeah.
Greet.
Garida.
Garita. I don't know. Garita, are you trying to grab their attention? Because you can see them.
Did I see where Dave walked up or snuck up to?
Oh, yeah, probably not. I mean, you can
Yeah.
make a perception test, but you'd have to beat the two that he got. But if you want to somehow signal the rest of them, try to catch their attention, I'll say you can do that easily, and they all still have comlinks, even if you don't.
Yeah, I'll try to grab the others' attention.
Okay, so the rest of you, assuming that you're at least kind of doing your due diligence and keeping an eye out and looking around, you do see a familiar figure past the Zapti, but still in kind of a position where she would be in the open if she revealed herself. Garita, who is kind of hidden behind a hex crate. And I would imagine Garita having the training that she has probably indicates in some way that she doesn't currently have a comlink.
Yeah.
But you all could convey that information to Dave easily enough to address.
That's what I was going to ask. Can we talk to each other?
The four of you can currently, because you're
yeah,
still
but
in your suits with
and
comlinks. Yeah.
without the Zapti catching on to us, we
Yeah, they
whisper
can't. No,
quietly. They can't hear
your
us.
comlinks are coded to each other.
So I'll relay what I've seen. So our favourite Zapti is over there. I think her name was Zarab.
Yep.
And she's got 4 Zapti officers with her, 2 of them of which are assault. So this could be a challenging
Oh dear.
interaction if we get into it.
All right. I have a question. This thing right
Yep.
here, right?
Yeah.
It's like everybody's talking. And I'm looking at that. Is there any way I can get inside of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see Rico starts walking toward it, and just like, I'm gonna get into this.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Here we
do
go.
we don't want to fight? Do we want to fight these guys? We
yeah.
don't want to fight these. Someone tell Rico we don't want to. Well, Rico, you can hear me. Rico, we don't want to fight these guys. This is not. We don't want to
Rico
fight.
can
these
hear
guys.
you, but you're still like, someone tell Rico.
Someone tell
we don't-
Rico.
Someone
Tell
grab-
fucking Rico
someone grab
yourself.
Rico.
No, Rico just
We-
gives you a thumbs up and it gets inside, and he's like, just sitting there, it's like waiting to press a button if they're gonna cause trouble.
I'll-
And it's like,
Okay, so you don't
automatic.
you don't. Okay, fair enough. So
No,
Rico's.
he-
I mean, go ahead and put your guy in there.
I'm
You're
a
in
run and
it.
hide. I'm a run and hide in.
It'll at least give you cover.
I'm run over here.
Okay.
Someone-
Yeah, you're fine.
All of that
Rico
was
also is not going to be noticed.
all of that was obscured by these things.
I know. Yeah,
So
they're only 2 inches tall, Oliver. No, I'm joking. They're-
can I?
They're 3 actually. They're 3 so he's like 2.
I've got a plan, and I'm going to run it past the guys. I'm going to come back. At this moment in time, think. Are we saying that my weapons are wrapped up in the Coriolis sealed package, apart from the pistol?
no.
No?
You didn't have a
Oh.
crate or anything with you this
Oh,
time.
we didn't.
You just
Didn't.
went down there.
No.
You've got access to your weapons.
So here's a plan. I'm going to offer the plan. Either I leave my weapons where I am, and I approach to find out what they want, because I've done nothing wrong. I've got nothing on me illegal. Or we going to fight these guys. I'm leaning towards the first one. I would
don't want to
rather
fight no
not
Zapti.
fight.
So
But they don't look like they're going away anytime soon.
yeah, to be clear, fights can't always be avoided necessarily, but I'm not saying this one can't be. Also, I will relay some information to Brian. You're all going to hear it, but you don't know this. Brian, while you've been surveilling them, they have been in the ship. They hacked the gangway, they opened the ship, and they spent some time in there,
These motherfuckers.
and then came out.
We don't know that.
You guys don't know that.
No.
So I am behind that crate with both pistols out.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not right. They're up. Sorry.
Well, I think we should deliver our stuff to the Explorers Guild, and then if the Explorers Guild have it, they can't take it off us.
Yep.
Why don't you
Truth.
guys do that? And I'll stay and talk to these Zapti.
Okay.
Should we run to the Explorers
yeah.
Guild with the stuff?
Well, I think it's sensible. I mean, we have a letter saying it's Coriolite stuff being delivered to the Explorers Guild, and it's Coriolite sealed. So we know this.
That
person-
letter was already given, by the way. Like that was for the previous delivery when you were moving from the being outside. You still have her seal, but like the letter has already been used essentially. So you no longer have a shipment, as it were.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily have handed the letter over because it was only a blind anyway, wasn't it? I mean,
True.
did the letter list out precisely what the shipment was?
I was under the impression that it did, to make it as safe
Right.
as possible.
Okay, I accept. Well, I still think we should go and deliver this stuff to the Explorers Guild, because if we don't have it, they can't take it off us, correct?
Correct. You could do that.
I'm going to put my
Again,
weapons
it's the
down
middle
where
of
I
the
am,
night.
and I'm going to approach the ship.
Okay, so I want to know if Osric is staying there, essentially in the open.
No.
As
I think I should go and actually, I don't have any of this stuff, do I?
no, you don't.
I got the bulb, and that was the
Rico's
last-
got it.
Edris is approaching,
I think I've got the flower.
Yeah.
so
It's
that's
not.
happening.
I shall move up to the rear of this to
Okay.
the rear of this thing.
Feel
and hide
free to move
behind it.
ashes as well. Yeah.
It's not on my
Yes,
character
yes,
sheet,
well,
Brian,
Ashes
but I
are
think
on my
I've got the
shoulder.
flower.
You've got the
Yeah,
flower.
you had the flower.
so.
Yep.
And Rico
has the
the
orb. Now they've both
Yep.
been placed in a sample box / bag and sealed, but they still have them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So also, I believe it's important to note that Oziel, I think, has the tablet.
Yes, I do. I think Rico gave me the orb, and me and Osric will go to the Explorers Guild.
Nope, you guys are. This is happening now. There's
Oh,
no more
no.
exchanging
You
things.
can't leave now.
No more.
Yes.
It's done.
So, Edris is in the open. I'm assuming you left the rifle like back there
And pistol.
and is approaching. You have your pistol, like.
Nope, I've left that as well.
Oh, you left the
I'm-
rifle and the pistol. Okay.
I do not want to fight these guys, so I'm going to try and do everything
I gotcha.
can not to fight.
So you approach, and as you approach, Tamar Zarab steps forward and says, Crimson Raiders, you're going to need to surrender. And at that, like, her assault officers unshoulder their weapons, and her constables pull out their pistols.
And I will say, first of all, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I am one of the Crimson Raiders. The others aren't here. And two, what are we surrendering for?
You're carrying contraband.
Not at all. Search me.
Get down
I'll
on the
hold my arms
ground.
out. Oh, you could search me first. You could search me from this point, surely.
She pulls her pistol. You're going to get down on the ground so I can search
I'll get
you.
on. I'm doing nothing but cooperate. I'll get on the ground.
So you get on the ground. She comes up behind you and she pulls out essentially what is a zip tie and
Okay.
goes to grab your arms to zip tie your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Nobody's
I'll let her do
stopping
it.
it.
I'll say no. I'll say this is absolutely unnecessary. But
She
I-
zip ties your hands and then stands up and turns and looks at her officers and says, "The rest have to be nearby. Find them." She makes no move to search you.
Oh, it's like that, is it? I thought we had a connection, so you lied to me.
Oh,
You
she
lied
broke
to
your
me
heart,
to
sir.
get
She
me in
broke
this
your heart.
position. Just to get me in this position, I thought we had a thing
She
going.
broke your heart, mate.
So-
Ah, good.
We're gonna say, let's see, she moved up to you, zip tied you, so
Uh-huh.
you two are there. The others are going to start searching with weapons out. Are you all preparing for a fight or no?
Aye,
Oh,
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
get this.
you're
Should-
going to take my cover away.
I'll tell you what I'm going to
Should we go
prepare to
into
do.
initiative?
I'll tell you what I'm going to prepare to do because we'll have to take a half-time break in a minute, probably before we start the fight.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get the orb to Osric before I stay for the fight. I'm going to stay for the fight. I'm going to save Edris, but I'm going to get the thing to him, and he's going to fuck off, hopefully.
Oh,
I
well,
mean,
it's a sensible
And the
thing to do.
tablet.
This,
And the tablet.
How
I
close is
have a
Algorab to me?
feeling I saw a glint in Brian's eye. I have a feeling things are going to start happening immediately. So I don't know that you're going to have time to get the orb to
You ain't gonna
Osric.
have time for that, but
How
I'm gonna
close is
try.
Algorab to me?
Oh, she's still right next to you.
I'm going to headbutt her.
You're on the
You're on
ground.
the
Lying
ground.
on the ground.
You're on your knees.
Oh, I
bud.
thought she'd stood me up. I thought she said she stood me up.
No,
No,
she
she
zip tied
stood
your
up.
hands behind
Oh.
your back and left you on the
so you're
ground.
like this.
Oh,
You're
she
just
stood
sitting
up.
like this, and you're on your knees.
No, I mean
Yeah.
he's face down on the ground. Like that's going to be an action for you to even get up. Now, I will say that depending upon your talents,
That's what
knowing
I'm
that you
looking at now.
are kind of a criminal ish is kind of how you've talked about your
Oh, does he have lockpicks?
So,
Good.
well, I mean, something like Streetwise or possibly even no, maybe Thug. No, well, Thug doesn't work like that. Maybe Stealthy. Like you have talents that you could use to slip out of the cuffs.
That's what I'm going to try and do. I thought that was going to be my next move, but okay.
Right, but like you're still gonna that'll be an action, and you got to stand up, right? So
Mhm.
we're gonna be going into rounds here. So we'll go ahead. We'll see what the initiative setup looks like. I'll
Okay.
go ahead and put everybody into a combat state. And we'll do initiative pulls. Edris is actually going to be first.
Yes.
When we come
Nice.
back, we'll take a short break. When we come back,
idea.
things are going to start happening.
I've
Excellent.
got an idea.
Oh, I'm down there.
Right. We're going to be back in
No,
13
Ashes
minutes.
doesn't get a thing.
We're going to be back in
Sounds good.
13 minutes, Twitch, but I think we're going to restart my PC because the music tracks are taking 5-10 minutes to load up for me. I'm not getting music most of the time, so I'm going to restart my PC so the stream will stop and restart again. So, loyal viewers, don't go anywhere. We will go offline for a couple of minutes and be back. But we'll be back in 13 minutes overall.
No one's going to want to miss what I'm about to do.
Now, you're not going to want to miss what Dave's
Yeah, there we
about
go.
to fuck up. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We will see you soon. Talk to each other in the chat. Even while we're offline, the chat is still a thing. See you soon. And we are back for part 2.
Right. So, moving into initiative rounds, we have Edris, who is first. As a reminder to everyone, don't forget you can swap initiatives with friends or enemies if you want to have the opportunity to let one of them go first to see what they do. But again, it's always your choice. Enemies will never swap initiatives with you or each other. So Address, what are you gonna do?
I've not had
As
a look at the
my
initiative tracker yet.
action, I want to try and get my hands out of these zip ties stealthily, and I don't. Is Zarab looking around for the other guy for the others? I hope.
So when initiative has started, Zarab turned her back on you
Yeah.
and looked back towards her people to tell them to start looking for the rest of you.
So I'm gonna try. I want to try and slip these zip ties,
Okay.
or break them, or whatever it is, and tell me
So
what I need to do.
there's a couple of different ways you could do it. You could do it with strength.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that you have any talents that would support that.
No.
Burglar. Do you have burglar?
No.
Oh,
You
that
could
won't work.
also attempt to just slip out of them with agility, which you could add streetwise to, as you've learned how to get out of them in the past.
That's probably going to be my best bet because
I think it is.
I get the bonus for that, but I've
Your
got the suit
agility's
on,
still
which
taking the hit
hinders
for
me.
your suit, though.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Or, tell you what. I don't know that you would have thought to do this, but I'm going to offer it to you because I think Edris probably would have. So she zip tied your hands, your wrists, in your suit. Edris would, I think, be smart enough to know
Pop the gloves off.
to pop the gloves off to help him slip them off because they would have been.
Okay.
The zip ties would not be able to go
wide
so tightly around your wrists.
Yeah.
Pop the gloves off. And
So
you're
I
out.
will. Well, not quite that simple, but it certainly will help. So I will give you, if you attempt the agility route, I will give you a bonus die on top of you being able to use streetwise. If you pop your
What will
gloves
do.
off.
If it works, let's go.
That's a 6.
Yeah, one success is all I wanted there. So yeah, you managed to pop those off. Now what? I'll say you can do that as a part of your movement,
Okay.
and then you'll still have an action. So what do you want to do? Your
Where
movement is going to be to stand up. So you pop the gloves off, you're standing up, assumingly.
Yep.
Breakdancers,
Then what?
windmill kick.
Oh, so I've still got an
Yeah.
action. Have I still got an action?
Aye, do a break. Do a
Head
butter into the
Break
back
dance.
of the
No,
head.
breakdancers. I'm
windmill
choke
kick.
holding this fucker. I'm
you-
choke holding
Okay.
it, literally gripping her around the throat.
Okay, so you're going to try and take her in a chokehold.
Human
You're
shield
going to...
time.
And
Well, she's-
I'm also bear with me. One sec. Have I got it? I'm gonna this is gonna sound so pathetic. I've got a cutting torch on me, which I'm gonna stick in her back and pretend is a pistol.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes, I love that bluff. Love that.
Well, let's see if you manage to get her first, because grappling is
Balls of
is
steel,
different.
mate. Balls of steel. I love it.
So this is an opposed strength test, which I will allow you to add pugilist to,
Oh yes.
because I think pugilist would learn a bit of grappling.
I've
Um,
also
so
got
yeah,
dirty
you're gonna have
fighter.
You can only
but
use
you can
one
only
talent.
add one talent. So whichever one is higher.
Yeah, all that Dirty Fighter does increases your damage up. That's all it does.
So she's gonna make a strength test against you. She has, I don't think, anything she can add.
If it was me, she probably couldn't win.
Oh, if only, eh?
Oh, that was already figured in.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I mean, I'm if I can get
So-
this thing hot wired, you see this giant freaking
Yeah, that's the
rover
plan.
rover tank coming
Do
at
you
him.
want to
like,
roll first, or do you want me to roll first to see what you have to beat?
I'll let you roll first.
Let's see what you've got, Brian. Watch this.
Okay. Public roll, no bonuses.
one success.
It's
Gotta
only
beat one. Defender wins, so you gotta beat one.
Oh,
Do you
Dave.
want to push it?
Oh, I've accepted it again. Fuck. I keep pressing accept instead of push.
So
Can I-
go ahead and roll it again.
Yeah.
Actually, but don't add the bonus die because you would have lost the 1/1
'Cause I've
that
got the one.
stays.
Yeah.
You're already going to lose 2 hope. You lose
Oh.
3 hope,
Oh dear.
and you fail.
Fuck.
Is that right? Was it
If
lose
you
3
remove
hope?
3
did you
health,
say?
yeah.
Yep.
Or 3 hope, yeah.
3 hope. Yeah.
Because
Shit.
you lose 1 hope to do it. You
Just to-
had
just
one,
to push
a
costs
1/1,
one, yeah.
and you rolled a second one. Yeah.
Okay.
Unlucky.
Okay, so unfortunately, it's a good gambit, but you stand up, you come up behind her, try to get her into the chokehold, but because of her Zapti training, perhaps she manages to get her hand up in time to prevent the chokehold, and kind of pushes it out as she steps away from you. She's still in close range, but she has defended herself. Now, unfortunately, that's an action for her.
Yep.
So that
Hey,
that
did
uses her
help.
turn when it gets to her, so she's already taken her action essentially.
Well, technically, you did kind of do what you did. I mean, it.
Oh,
Even
I
if you
guess I
failed,
should be
still
getting an
succeeded
encounter.
in what you
Okay,
wanted to
so-
Yeah,
do.
it's because she was so
Ozedris.
close, or else I wouldn't have done that. But
Next up is Ozil. Again, you could pass your action on to someone else and swap with them, or you can go. Your choice.
I'm going to pass. I'm going to swap initiatives, or offer to swap initiatives with Greeda. Let's see what Greeda can do.
Okay, I assume that's all right with you, Garita.
That's fine.
Or
Okay, you two have
wait,
swapped.
wait. Do we think we should let Max try his thing first?
No. Let Garita do it. Let Garita do
Think
it.
Greeda
My
first?
thing is, Garita can attack. I'm trying to get this thing working.
Okay,
It's a big difference.
I'll swap with Greeda then. Yes, I'll swap initiatives with Greeda.
Now, currently for Garita, the enemies are at your medium range, so I think your
Okay.
pistols are fine.
Yeah.
Remember, if you right click on your token, the little circles on the lower left, that opens up your range finder essentially for how far you can move and how far you can shoot and all that fun stuff. So technically, all those enemies are within medium range of you, which I believe your pistols have medium range. Since are you carrying 2 pistols? I just see one.
Yes. No, look at my equipment.
Oh,
It says
quantity 2. I see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you would like to dual pistol, I think what I have decided is that until I come up with a better option with a talent, perhaps that you can learn, I will give you if you're gonna duel the pistols, I will give you a bonus die for firing both pistols. But if one of them takes damage, they both will. Brian looks frozen.
Sounds like a fair trade-off, and Brian has frozen. Brian's turned off some technical issues tonight. That's almost all of us.
yes, tonight.
Yeah. Be Max next and Brian, then that's full house.
Well, we'll see what's going on with Brian here in a second.
Discord's having trouble. I can see a wee symbol on my Discord thing. Dave's camera went really low res for me for a minute. Discord's got a wee warning symbol on it. Discord's now having issues. Fuck my life.
Dude,
Well, let's give Brian a second. He
Yep.
might be dealing with it. So, Brian, I don't know if you heard me before you dipped, but with dual pistols, I think what I've decided for now is that I will give you a bonus die when attacking with a pistol.
Okay.
But if the attack causes damage, both pistols will take the damage.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Okay.
for this one.
And it does help to target people, so I know who to deduct damage from, because I don't think the system
Okay,
does
it
that.
is. Let me just correct this because it is saying I'm wearing my delve suit. And we established I'm not.
That's 4 out of 6 of us had a problem tonight, technical.
It's a modern technology.
We
It's on
normally
the
do so
combat-
well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the combat tab, you figured it out. You unequipped it. So yeah, just use your Fusillard pistol. That also means you're not currently using your shield.
No.
Well, which is not at hand, so that's fine.
No, it's not in hand. There we go.
Yeah, I can see your target dot on them.
Closest one, that makes sense.
And I have Pistolier.
Oh, they're also unaware of your attack, so give
Uh-huh.
yourself an additional bonus die.
So
Superb.
2. Oh wow. This is going to be interesting.
Let's see how it goes.
That's a lot of dice.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
lot of
It
sixes.
is a lot of dice.
That's only 1 6.
Oh, I mean,
That's
still
only
6.
one.
I mean, still 6.
Out of 12
So it's your
dice.
choice. You can push or you can take the 2 damage that you've rolled.
It's 12 dice, Brian. I think you should push it. I'm not there. You can't see me, but I still think you should push it. Voice in your head says push it.
Great.
Ooh, damage.
2 successes.
2 successes.
But the attack damage went up to 3.
Plus
You're
3
going to
health.
have to manually cause one of your, or I can keep track of it. The
Yeah.
second gun has 1 damage.
No, because I'm firing 2, it's double. Is the damage doubled because of that?
No, the bonus is the extra die. That
Okay.
could potentially do more damage, but unfortunately, you still just rolled 3 damage.
Okay.
But 3 damage is nothing to shake a stick at, and this guy looks like he might be a little hurt. He staggers and goes down on a knee, but is still mostly upright.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to move anywhere, or
Well, since they notice, let's see that.
okay?
Yeah, I'm literally using the crates as cover.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that makes it Tamar, but Tamar has used her action essentially defending against the grapple.
She's in the initiative twice, Brian. I don't know if that's.
She's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, no,
Yes.
my mistake. So she has fast reflexes, which means she draws 2 initiative cards, but I think she only keeps the best. I should remove that. Let me check.
Yep.
Choose which one you want to use. So yeah, she would
Yeah.
use the 4, so I will remove the 8.
So she rolls 2 and you pick the best.
Yeah, essentially.
And
I thought it had done it automatically.
That's
I
a
didn't
talent
notice
that
she
anybody
was
can
on there
take,
twice.
right?
Yes.
Fast
it's in there.
reflexes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rico, you're up.
All right, so he like from my vantage point, I see Edris and the woman are probably going at it, wrestling and stuff like that. See a shot go off, and I'm like, let me see if I can get this thing working. I was like, all right, so I'm gonna see if I can jury rig it.
Okay, so you go to start it, obviously, and it doesn't start because you don't have the correct,
Mhm.
ignition protocols. So you can go ahead. It'll take time, but you can go ahead and we'll see. Basically, I'm looking for a number of successes.
Mhm.
If you get them all in one roll, then you'll get it started. If you don't, then you'll have to spend the next turn working on it some more until you get the required number of successes to start.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and make a logic and jury rig roll.
Can I add any equipment? Because I have fine tools and I have heavy tools.
You can use your move action to pull out your essentially. I mean, that's not the same thing as using a move action like that in some games, but you can essentially, instead of moving, which you don't have to, you can pull out your fine tools to use them. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. Let's see. Hopefully it goes good.
It's gonna be one of those nights. Do you want to push it, or are you gonna keep it? Oh, he pushes. So your fine tools take some damage.
That's
but you
fine.
do get 2 successes, lose 2 hope. Unfortunately, that's not quite enough to get it started. You think you're well on your way, but you haven't jury-rigged this vehicle before, so
Yep.
you need 3. And so if you want to keep at it, if you get 1
Yeah.
success next round, you'll be able to get it moving.
Yeah, he's gonna keep doing it. He's gonna keep
Okay,
doing it.
Dave, did you have a question?
No, I was gonna. Well, it was more. Do the Zapti know that Rico is in that thing, or do we just?
I mean, it hasn't made any noises yet
attention
because he
yet, yeah.
hasn't been able to initiate the ignition. So
Or Rico's
Yeah.
not in immediate danger just yet.
on any of you except Edris, although now they are aware that they're being fired upon from
yeah.
the other
Yeah, because
direction.
if somebody got shot in the back, they're like,
Yep. Okay, so that is Rico. Osric is next.
Currently, this machine's blocking my view. So if
It is.
can I move up to the front of the machine?
You could also keep in mind, you can command Ashes to attack. Ashes'
Yes.
attack has long range.
Yes,
Does cost energy though.
it does.
Oh, Ashes would have regained. Oh no, Ashes regains enemy energy after actual rest. So Ashes has
Okay.
2 energy currently.
Can I see anything from there?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably see like these 2 gentlemen.
Yeah, through the gap.
Yeah,
Oh, he's been shot, has he?
this one has.
I will try shooting at him then.
No, I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah.
Fair enough.
No, I'll give you the other one. It's fine. Again, this isn't precise D&D battle maps. This is just,
well, it's enough that he probably see the guy
Okay.
staggered to the right. He's kind of like, might be on his knee.
Yes, yeah, he can see the staggered guy, which is this guy.
What do you mean, good luck? I'm doomed.
No,
I'm
he's gonna have his
dazed,
bird do a stomach
and
attack.
I'm dazed and in a delving suit.
Oh yeah, he's not doing. Oh,
Oh, there you
you
go.
got a shot though. You probably want to accept that. Yeah.
Oh, yes,
that's
I
what
do.
thought. Oh,
I'm just
can
trying to
I apply
distract
damage from that
things.
card? Oh, you didn't target him, did you?
Who?
The guy you were shooting? Because I can apply damage from there. Let's target them from now on.
My apologies.
And it's fine. It'll just make it easier for me, but I can do this easy enough too. Okay, so poor guy down on a knee gets hit again from also a Fusillard pistol.
Fusillard pistol, yes.
Yep. And takes a shot to the chest. He is not looking good, folks. As we move, as you fire upon Zapti, the protectors of Ship City.
I'm sorry. They just tried to arrest us.
So
They
that
didn't
brings
try
us
to arrest me.
to
That's the point.
a Zapti.
No, we've been shot by
assault
them before,
officer.
so
They're the
So
aggressors.
this guy is going to make a perception check to see if he saw where Brian's fire.
Well, it's either. There's two shots come in, so
That's true.
one of them.
Oh, he does see Brian though, so he's going to turn and take a shot at Brian. Brian, however, does have cover, so that's going to be a penalty. But he draws up his Fusillard carbine. Gonna attack. We're gonna take -2 base dice. Oh yeah, need a sharpshooter. Okay, so boom. And he misses. Shot pings off of the hexacrate that you kind of duck behind, and you are not struck. What's your question? Uh-huh. Unsure? They do have access to the talents you have access to. Unsure. All right, so he is, however, going to move. He's not dumb enough to stay in the open. Yeah, he can get there. Okay, so he's going to move up to the cover of this hexacrate. And this constable will have been looking around. I think he probably would have seen where the other one fired. So he's going to take a shot in that direction as well, hoping against hope to be able to strike the assailant on the far side of the landing bay. I mean, he has a general idea where his companion just shot, so, but he's still going to take a penalty. Yeah.
If nothing else, suppressive fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Pistolier.
Ooh.
Ping! Another blast off of the hexacrate in front of you, Brian, as the Zapti constable takes a shot. And he will also move up into cover. Ozil. I mean, they'll see the shots, but
Well, you
they
get it
won't
right
see
about
you.
there.
Yeah, no, you can absolutely get to like right there and take cover and take some shots. Yeah. He's hurt, but he's not out yet. Okay. Not unless you have Pistolier. There you go.
Well, I thought you got it. Yeah, you gotta add the talent.
So there's a couple of ways you can do it. If you activate from the pistol, you have to add the talent. If you activate from the talent, you have to add the pistol. Either way, yeah. Well, it depends on which automation you're using. If you're using the attack Fusilier pistol, you'll still need to add the talent.
Oh, come on.
No ones.
You can push it.
Unbelievable.
At least you didn't lose any heart. No.
So
you didn't.
Yeah. So your shot goes wide. In fact, we're gonna say that your shot hits the Seraglass canopy of the Mira. I don't know if maybe you flinch at that, but
God damn it! I gotta buff that out. I saw that. I'm like, God damn it! I buffed that shit.
all right. So that is Rico.
Not Ozil.
So then we have these guys. So this guy has seen a shot come from your general direction. Ugh, man. Is he gonna... Alright, he's gonna move, but as he's moving, he's gonna try and take a shot at Ozil. But he's not gonna move into the open, necessarily, for Ozil, so he's not gonna get a bonus there. So Ozil will have cover as he takes a shot at you. What's up? Oh, gotcha. So he levels his carbine in your general direction. Has sharpshooter. -2 dice because you have smartly taken cover.
Oh,
And again, right off the crate in front of you, maybe some sparks in your direction. He fires and misses. No, some can, but these can't.
I think it's more of a named. I think it's more of a named one.
That's probably a good assumption, Max, that a named person can push. All right, so he runs up into cover, and then this guy, he drops his gun and just lays down on the ground.
It's like, I'm done. I'm done. Y'all can kill the rest of them. I'm done.
Now, what you do with that is up to you. But he
we
lays
get rid
down
of
on
the
the
rest of
ground
them,
with
we'll be
his arms
fine.
out.
Yeah, we get rid of the rest of them. We'll be fine.
So I'm going to remove him from combat, but if you still want to take shots at him, I won't stop you.
Nah, he gave up. I ain't worried about him.
Okay. Edris. Oh no, hang on. Re-roll. This is this. No. This is a free league game. You got to draw again. So reset. Draw.
Wow.
Oh.
That's what happens sometimes.
She's last though.
It's fine. We'll leave her as last. I don't know why it didn't work this time, but we're just going to leave it how it is. All right, so Zapti Assault Officer is going to... He knows that you're just around that corner. So he's going to pop out, take a shot at you, and pop back into cover, right? Standard action movie.
Yeah.
You're going to have cover against him, but if you shoot at him, he's also going to have cover, right? So... That is correct. That's if it hits, though, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes a shot.
That's
He does manage to hit.
Yep.
Yep.
It was one of
So
those.
do you want to dodge, or are you going to take the 2 damage?
Well, you still
Okay.
got your. You still
So
got
yeah,
your
he
armor
ducks
on.
out and managed to, ping, and a shot. Yeah, you have armor on.
Yeah,
so
you
you
still
make the
got the
roll.
Delve suits on.
Yeah, you roll your protection from your
Yeah.
suit. That's right.
Yeah, it's your Delve suit. Still got your Delve suit on. We haven't taken them off. Oh well.
Unfortunately, doesn't help. Yeah, so I mean, you can feel the shot just kind of graze your leg that maybe was sticking a little bit too far out of cover, and he manages to wing you. Then we go to this one, who ooh, what's he gonna do? He's not in a really good position. I guess he could fire at Garita again. Same thing, kind of pop out of cover, then pop back into cover.
Mm-hmm.
In Garita's direction. Where is it? There it is. Ooh. And Garita, you will be hit unless you want to dodge.
That takes my action.
It does take your action for the round, yes.
But
You know
only
what?
take one.
I have really good health. I'll take the 2.
Okay.
No, he doesn't.
I'm
she
not wearing
doesn't.
armor,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the only one
but
that
I
bought a
have
flight
really
suit.
good health, so I'll take the 2.
Okay. So yeah, you get, it manages to strike the kind of side of the hexacrate, and you get showered in sparks from this shot that doesn't quite hurt you enough, but it does some damage. And then the other assault officer will also take a shot over at Garita. Same situation, popping out of cover long enough to take that shot. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
There is a success there as well for 2 damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Take it. Okay. So yeah, two. They are going to town. Oh wait, what am I doing? I have sound effects. So some shots in your direction. They went
why
straight
is
away.
it so
That's
small?
weird.
Is it so small because
Blame the heat.
Blame the heat.
Yep.
Garita, you're up.
So I'm going to pop out of cover, let off 2 shots, and go for that one.
Okay.
The assault guy. We do that. Add Pistolier, and you said a bonus 1 die.
Yes, but they are in cover, so you're going to take away 2 dice, so you're at -1 bonus
Okay.
dice.
So that.
Dude, well, pushing is going to damage both of your guns again.
I
don't know if you want to do that.
You
But-
did it! Yeah,
Oh,
might
God!
as well.
But
Might as well.
You got some.
Hey, the crit 4. The crit threshold was 4, and the damage 4. So
Okay.
Yep.
So, guns are both of those guns broken now, though?
Don't know.
It will tell you. It will adjust it if you get a. It'll. End
Oh
up with a
no,
drop.
they're almost though. They
Yeah.
have one condition left, but they are
Yeah.
still shootable. So you managed to hit that guy for 4 damage. He's also going to take a crit, which I think in this situation basically just means that he's out. Yeah, I think that's how you handle crits with these guys. So he's
I'm
going to
out
go
of
down.
hope. What happens when you're at 0 hope?
ooh,
Oh,
ooh.
you're at 0 hope as well?
Yeah.
You're broken.
Okay, so you've just broken on hope.
That's the
Okay, so
expert.
we got a few things to do here. All right, so
Oh, it was the first time for him to get broken home.
let me take care of this guy first. So he is
Yeah.
going to be a crit. We're just gonna say he's dead. You've just murdered this guy.
I got a headshot.
Oh no, not Garita. Sorry, Garita's not murdered. Which one is he? This one. Okay. Zapti assault officer's down. So yeah, headshot, right? You can describe his death as you choose. You dual shot him. He goes down. What happens?
Oh, the 2 bullets come ripping in. One hits a square center of the side of his helmet, and the other one actually goes through his neck.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, you are still a human being. You've
Yes.
just murdered another human being,
Yes.
and you are, I think, a soldier was kind of your background.
Yes.
But maybe it's been a while, and the sight of it and fighting the Zapti has taken its toll on you. So you are broken. So we're gonna have to roll a mental trauma. Here we go.
Those
Are you
are
ready?
fun.
Not for the Zapti officer, but regardless. So you have gained phobic. You suffer 1 point of despair each round within short range of the object of your phobia, which is connected to a traumatic event.
I mean, he killed a body. He killed a guy, so
No,
No.
I think it's blood.
Yeah. Okay. That is
So-
actually a legitimate phobia.
I'm going to add that, so you should have that now under afflictions.
is that a temporary one or is that more like a couple days one?
So according to... Hang on. I just did something dumb. Delete that. It looks like it's... you have to make... Suffer despair each round within short range of the object of your phobia, which is connected to a traumatic event. Okay, we're gonna say it says heal time until succeed though. So I think that's just I'll have to look that up, but I outside of combat, I think you're gonna have to make some rolls to resist
See if
it
I
or
can
deal
come
with it.
overcome it.
Yeah.
Well, by the sound of it, you're going to lose a point of despair each combat round, aren't you? Weren't you just shot?
If he's within short range of blood, yes.
Well, he's bleeding.
We'll say other people's blood, not
Other
his.
people's blood. Oh dear.
Yeah, we'll say
All you
other
do is
people's blood.
run.
not his.
Yeah.
That would be a little
range
rough.
that where you don't see it. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing.
That would be a little rough. Oh, maybe I should put that on your affliction too. Others' blood.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was just the evil DM in me coming out.
That would be
it's a
really
reasonable
evil. Like,
question.
oh, you're
No, it's a
bleeding.
reasonable
You know,
question.
I would do the same thing.
Okay. Now, on that topic though, you are currently broken at 0 hope. What that means is that you can't do anything. You're still technically in cover unless they decide to approach you, in which case they can easily roll up on you and do whatever they want to do, but they have other concerns right now. In order to become unbroken, though, you're going to need either assistance from someone else, or you can also kind of rally yourself, potentially, which we'll deal with when we get back to your turn.
Okay.
But
we got a bird.
that is your turn. You don't...
Unfortunately,
You don't move,
Ashes and
you
I
don't
haven't
do
the
anything.
faintest idea what's going on, so I can't send it over to do a soul.
That's true. But, that's something, hopefully, provided you all survive, you can deal with later.
Yep.
Okay, so... That was Garita. Osric,
I got one.
you're up.
they're
So
gone.
the people that you could see have disappeared, although you can still see this guy out here who's laying face down, hands out.
No, that just makes him
Dropped
more
his
difficult
weapon.
to hit. So I'm not going to...
That's true.
And he's surrendered, so I'm not going to shoot him. If I jumped up on behind the cab of this kind of vehicle, would I be able to kind of see over the crates, do you think? If I hide behind the cab...
So if you jumped up on it, I will give you that you could see at that point Edris and Tamar, but not any of the other ones.
That's fine.
Well, you could see this one over here too.
Well, I would jump up and
So you can see this one, and you can see Tamar.
Tamar is kind of right next door to Edris, and I'm not too happy about my my shooting. So since I know that Oziel's over here, I will try shooting at that guy. Hopefully he won't be expecting me to shoot at him. So how do I target him?
So just mouse
I
over
kinda-
him and hit T.
T. Fair enough. And then I attack with my fusillade pistol and miss.
And you hit.
Looks like a hit to me.
And you hit. I mean, he's the one been sitting there like.
I'm
Alright.
sorry, I'm currently dazed and I'm wearing
Let's see if
my...
I apply
So he's
Stay
like,
that way. Stay that way.
He has the bird kind of like pushing him, like, all right, you got to shoot right
Can
here.
you hit the apply damage button in your
I
in the chat window? Because when I hit it, nothing happens.
can't see it an apply damage button.
Oh,
I
you
can
don't
just
see an
attack
apply damage
2.
button? Oh, I wonder. I see. I see. I've just been taking all the damage away from a different token that I had selected. So I have to select a token and then apply damage. That makes sense. Okay,
Alright,
so you guys don't need to worry about targeting, I guess. Although it's helpful for me to know which one
Yeah.
I need to remove the stuff from. Okay, so yeah, you managed to hit that guy behind that kind of shorter hexacrate.
I'm surprised.
Unfortunately, he's now aware of your position.
Yep.
But yeah.
Well,
So Edris,
I'll try and hide behind the cab.
Yes.
I'll say there's enough like machinery and jutting things up there that you'll be able to get some cover if
Yeah.
you.
Why's my
remain up
health
there.
gone down to just 1?
Oh, because I had you selected. What was it at?
It was max.
Full. It had full health.
Wait,
Go ahead and put it
It's
back
not-
up.
It's the max that has gone down to 1. It
It's-
says 9 of 1.
What?
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's weird.
Yeah, no. It's right. I'll put it back up because I was at
Okay.
full. It's fine. Yeah, it's right.
Sorry, does
Oh,
Ashes
dear.
go on the same as me, or is he not on the combat sheet?
So, no, Ashes actually doesn't have an action unless you tell him to
Oh,
do
I've got to
something.
tell
So
him to do something. Right.
it's
so
like,
my action
or
has to
anyone
be
else
telling him.
can, but it's your
Yeah.
action to
Okay,
have
fair enough.
Ashes do something. I will
Okay.
also remind you all at this point, you might want to look at your crew sheet because again, there's the crew maneuvers that are available to you as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
because
are.
I'm the scout. Yeah.
Yep.
I
I
mean,
think everybody's within medium range of you as well. Yep.
Okay.
yeah, because it gives him he would have the heart.
That is your action, yes. But it's Edris's turn currently.
It is my turn.
My microphone's
So,
muted on
question-
stream. I wonder how long it was muted for. I hope not long. Probably ages. It's been an absolute
Nah.
mess tonight.
We'll get there. It's good. It's all
Yeah.
good. Ryan, would you allow Edris to use his movement to get out of his delving suit?
He's gonna trip right there in front of Tamar.
I'll have underclothes on, surely.
Yes, it's
Because I've got
called
the
You
blood
can
on.
leave your head on.
I think
Oh.
There's a specific reason. If
I
not, it's
really
fine,
want
'cause I've
to,
got a back-
but
I've got a
I
backup.
think getting in and out of a delving suit that's supposed to protect you
Oh.
from the blight is a little bit more involved than a single action.
It's a
That's
big
fine.
rubber suit. It's a big rubber
That's
suit.
fine. Okay. So
You could
You
punch
can
him.
run back
going
and grab a
to-
gun.
I
That's
could punch
strength
it.
based.
I'm thinking of sprinting back to there to grab my pistol and rifle, although the rifle's broken, I think.
I mean, I'll let you run back to grab a weapon. That can be like one move because you know where you put them. It's not like you have to search for them, so you could run over and grab it.
Can I move that far?
Oh yeah, I mean that's within short.
Okay.
As a single
I'll-
action, you can move within the short range circle.
Does that include picking my pistol up?
Yeah,
Cool.
sure.
I'm going to target lady. And shoot at her with the looming pistol. And I don't think I've got any skills that would help. shoot,
Pistolier?
so-
Yeah, you had to get pistolier. I don't think you had that
No,
training
I
yet.
haven't got pistolier.
Sharpshooters for rifles, pistoliers for pistols. That's a hit.
Oh,
That's a
Oh,
hit.
it's a hit.
is it?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
she's
of course,
gonna
yeah, I didn't
take
see that.
3 damage unless she has armor or dodges. Unfortunately, she do have armor. Oh, you're not gonna like this when you see it.
Probably like 4 or 5. I mean, she's Zapti. She's gonna have.
Well, she's got 4 armor, look.
Armor is ineffective.
No successes, though.
So she is going to try and dodge out of the way.
Oh, that's her action too. Nice.
It is. You got
I know.
3 How many successes did you get? You got
I think he got 1.
only 1 success.
1.
So she's all about protecting herself. She's going to dodge out of the way. Doesn't have anything that'll add to that, so that'll be Dex. Or agility, rather.
Oh my god.
fails.
1,
He
2,
ain't
4 in a row.
dodging shit.
So I will select her and apply damage.
I wanted to see the whites of my eyes as I shoot as well.
Okay, where do you hit her? You didn't kill her, but where do you hit her?
No. We'll go for a shoulder shot. Chest.
So yeah, your lumen shot
Collarbone.
compared to the fusillade shots that have been going off is silent, but she knows where you are, and it strikes her. Although it's silent, it's also very bright, and it strikes her in the shoulder. You can see that it doesn't quite penetrate her armor, but there's definitely a scar mark there, a scoring blast mark from the lumen shot there. Okay, so that was Edris. Rico.
Rico's gonna get this bitch running. Come on,
Okay.
buddy.
Come on, Rico.
Do it.
Let's do it.
All right, let's see. Logic. Let's see. Theory rig and
Your
equipment.
tools.
Yep.
Fine tools. So imagine he's got really thin screwdrivers jammed into things, and when he broke them before, that's because he's went and broke a couple of
Okay.
screwdrivers.
So you get it
nice.
running. I'll go ahead and be nice and say that you can drive it as kind of a move action. Where do you want to go?
I'm going that way.
Now,
Actually,
before you do,
give me a
Max,
second.
just a little,
This up here.
a little. Want to point something out to you, right? See, imagine,
Yeah.
picture you've turned it 30 degrees and it's facing that way, right? If you drive through that, it should push that with you, and that'll push, and hopefully she'll get trapped between that and the forks of the thing. So adding,
That's what I was gonna
adding
do.
that hex into the
Because-
mix is going to make it even
But what
more
it is,
deadly,
it's gonna
I'm
hit this one
thinking.
too. Is that if I move here, it's gonna move this. It's gonna push this one out. Of the
If
way,
you're
too.
smart with it and you get the truck, you get the fork of the truck in there. If you're smart with it, if you're a clever wee forklift driver, if you're good with it,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think if you're handy with it, I think you can push this thing on top of her.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
move it right here because
what's your goal? Pushing it on top of her, or are you gonna move the other ones? What's your end goal with the movement?
all right. So from what I see is I can move this. It still hits her, and this can still hit this because it's gonna hit the edge of this. So
If
I
you're
move it like-
focusing on moving this one,
yeah,
if my ping is working, it's not. If you're focusing on moving the smaller one over onto Tamar, you're gonna nudge the big one.
yeah,
And it's still gonna move it and potentially
Yeah.
hurt this other guy, but like,
Yeah,
like,
that's my
not-
That's
plan.
fine because you've got this.
Yeah.
These guys are right on the edge yet, and I'm not. Absolutely, that's fine, Max.
So,
Do that.
I would
Fucking
like
nudge
you.
away, my friend.
I would like you to make a agility test
Okay.
plus nothing because I don't think you have the driving talent. So
Does
just
the EXO
agility.
work or no?
Oh no, this is not an exo. This is a vehicle.
Okay.
You've got this, Max. I believe in you. No ones.
Hey, I can still push.
No ones.
I can still push.
You
No.
can.
That's a one.
Oof.
What you got to
I
watch?
lost one hope. I mean, I'm good.
Two.
So you managed to drive it in that general direction, but again, you're not used to this vehicle. And we're gonna say, I guess I will have to put this out here now. Let me do a quick little drawing. Let's see.
Hang on, I'm in moving cover now. I'm not sure about
Yeah, you
this.
You see me get this thing rolling.
Your
and going,
cover's
"Arr,
moving."
go."
How can I keep the bits between me and them if the bits keep moving?
Okay, so this kind of moves up in this direction. You kind of strike the crate there, but it doesn't quite go where you want it to go. No, it's not full. And I want this. I wish this was easier, but yeah, there you go.
So will we be on this
So-
one?
Yeah, go ahead and move you
Okay.
and everybody up there. Luckily, you didn't hit Edris, but now Edris is out in the open.
So did this get moved at all, or it just got?
It just got nudged a little bit. It's essentially
Okay.
roughly in the same location.
Hey, but look, she's closer, and guess what? Hey, what's up? Boom.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hey, what's up? I love that.
All right, so Ozil, it's your go.
Okay. Ozil, it's got this boy right there. So, question: if I was to run up right on this guy, run it right up and just put my gun right on him, does that point blank range give me any advantage?
Sure.
I'm just gonna run right out.
I will
just
give you
run right up to
a
him.
bonus die for point blank. Yeah.
Okay. I think I've still got him targeted. Yeah. There we go.
Looks like it.
Looks like it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna hit him with a kapow. So attack with Fusillade pistol. Plus I have the pistolier talent. Where is it?
Yep.
And one bonus dice, yeah.
Yep.
Let's go. Oh, I see a couple of
does it hit?
sixes on that.
Oh, 4 and a hit. No,
I've
no,
got
like,
the
it's a crit.
crit
It's a crit.
threshold, boys. Let's
Yeah,
accept
that's a
that
crit.
one.
How do you take him out?
Oh, so I think I run.
Boom, boom, boom.
I run right up on him, and I think I'm quite nervous with a gun. So my plan was to run right up on him and put it just right on his forehead, and then just press the trigger. But I mistimed the putting it on his forehead, and I kind of smack him with it, and he kind of goes whoa. But then he manages to land back in front of it as I pull the trigger, and I'm quite lucky because his head's bobbing after the hit, but he just lines
Sure.
up just as I hit the trigger. Bang!
Yeah, that's two officers down. Dead.
And have I got enough movement to
yeah.
run back into the cover?
Ones are gone.
They started it.
When you move specifically to attack someone like that, I'm gonna say that
That's
you're
the end of your
invested
move.
in that move. So
Right,
no,
yep,
you're
okay.
you're out there next to him.
Okay.
If you want to stay in cover, you kind of have to be right next to cover and just kind of duck out and duck back in.
I mean, I'm still covered from her and him where I am.
You are, yeah.
So it's only one I'm exposed to, so I'll take it.
I guess we do the whole initiative again.
No, it's her next. Tamar.
Except I think she dodged, didn't she?
She dodged.
Yes. Yes.
She doesn't get an action, but
She
she
didn't.
could still move for the round, I think.
Hold on a second, guys.
Think.
Hold on.
Yeah, she didn't succeed either. Oh, even though she took the action, I get you.
She's done an action, but she can probably still move. Brian's given us a wait the now, though. A wait the now.
Okay, I'm finally back. My phone cut in
Ah.
and cut all the sound out. I gotta turn off my.
Am I right in thinking that she's had her action, but she could still move, yeah?
So, anyway, what were we saying?
Am I right in thinking that she's had her action because she dodged, but she can still move?
Correct. No, she's had her action. If you take your action out of turn, you don't even get to move.
Okay.
That is the end of that round. We will reset and redraw,
Got 2 less people to worry about.
but didn't.
Right at
For
the
some
bottom
reason-
again.
No, it didn't. It didn't go through.
No, it's still
Yeah,
redrawn.
it didn't change.
There we
Oh
go.
no! It gives
Now,
us-
now I'm
second.
now I'm right
Now
at
it
the
do-
bottom.
No, it does. No,
Oh,
it
here we
does.
go. That's a bit better. In the middle.
So
I'll take
She's
that one.
first.
I'll take that one. She's first, but then
Okay, so
it's
she
three of
is
us.
first.
Aye, she's first, but then it's three of
Uh,
us. She can't take three of us down. Unless she's really clever and Brian is. So watch
Oh,
this.
no,
Here we
she's
go.
running.
Oh no!
Oh,
no,
where's
she's
she going? Where's she
falling.
going?
Take
Oh.
it off.
Oh,
No!
cheeky bitch. Where's she off to?
Rita.
She's
Leaving?
off. She's running.
She is, eh?
Rita's
So-
Rita's still broken.
Rita
right?
is,
I don't-
is
I-
currently
oh.
down. If you want to try to get yourself up,
Uh-huh.
I should have turned to that page, but I didn't. Let's see. Covering Hope. on your own. If no one is around to help you, no, that's different.
I think there's one there where bananas are.
I thought you could rally yourself.
Is it rally a thing you can do
Isn't
to
it
someone
through your
else?
keepsake?
That's a recover
No,
one
that's.
hope.
I mean, you can regain hope that
downtime,
way,
isn't
but
it?
that's something you can't do in combat.
Okay.
And I thought if you were essentially incapacitated, you could take an action to try to get yourself back in action. But I'm not seeing that anywhere, actually.
So is that so? If they're broken by despair, right? They got despair, right?
Correct.
Well, there's a talent called Lone Wolf. You can help yourself when you're broken by despair. Roll your insight, and you cannot push this roll.
It's a talent.
It's a talent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a talent then. So
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah.
sorry, Brian. Garita
You're
is
fucked.
just still broken.
Welcome
Yeah,
back
it's
to the
still
game.
broken.
You're out for the for the rest of the fight.
We need
Hey, she did some
Yeah,
work.
she killed quite a
Don't
few of
deny
them.
that.
She did kill quite a few of them.
Ozil could
Ozil.
bring people back.
Yeah, you can do the crew maneuver.
We've got Ozil. He's going
They
to
can use the rally maneuver.
use the rally maneuver from the crew thing. So it's rally.
Okay.
All explorers within
So-
medium range restore one hope, even if
Which
broken.
is currently everyone. So everyone
Or-
restores one hope,
or-
including Garita, which brings Garita back up.
Or recover one condition of your choice. So Osric, you may choose to get rid of the dazed as well if you would rather that than one
Oh,
hope.
that's true.
Can I get rid of
I
mine?
will get rid of the day.
No, you can't get rid of that one because you've
If
got.
you get rid of the
fucked up-
condition, you don't get a point of hope back. It's one or
Correct.
the other.
It's one or the other. So
Yeah.
you can have. Does that include me? All explorers within medium range. I'm within
Yeah,
medium
that's
range
you.
of me, right?
Yeah,
That's you as well.
Yeah. So I get hope back.
Yeah.
Sick.
Okay, so that's Ozil's turn. Unfortunately,
Well-
Garita is not. Your
So
turn passed.
I
but
could.
yeah.
Well, hang on 2 seconds,
Oh, actually,
Brian,
you know what we could have done?
because I might move as
So
well.
Garita, technically, although Garita is out,
I could have
let's
passed.
do this. I'm going to swap Garita and Ozil.
You can still swap initiatives, yeah.
And so you did it first.
And
then
we'll
she
say
gets to
that
go.
Ozil went first, did the rally, and now Garita can act.
There we go.
Okay.
That's something new we
Fantastical.
learned. Nice.
So you're back with one hope. I
But-
would suggest you don't push anything.
Brian,
Yeah.
I when doing that rally maneuver, can I also move? Because I'm thinking about my position.
Yeah, you can move
So I'm going to run
up to
round
short range.
to there. That takes me out
Okay.
of. That takes me completely out of his line of sight unless he moves, and 100% out of his.
Yep. Okay.
And then I don't see her
That top
yet.
one, he's out of the fight, isn't he? We've only got one officer left. He's on the ground, the other one.
Aye, one officer
Yeah,
and her.
This
we
guy's
see
Got
this
one
guy here, but we know
constable, the guy
she's
on the
running.
ground.
I saw her moving though, didn't I? I might
Yes.
go a bit further to try and
Yeah.
keep up with her. I'm gonna go to there.
I don't know that you would have seen her moving,
No,
actually.
okay, I'll stay there then.
Nah.
I could have seen her move.
We're down.
Yeah, you were kind of.
Technically, when she moved, so you didn't see it either.
My camera glitched for a second.
But you still
Everything's
see that
going
one.
haywire tonight.
But
No,
you
I
can
can
you can still see this guy, yeah. If you peek out.
Yeah, I'll peek out and do the shot.
Okay.
Peeky peeky.
Just don't push.
Yes.
unless you
Of course,
want
that-
to break
course-
again.
Of course, that Zapti officer also saw her move. So guess
True.
what he's going to do?
Do I get the bonus dice? Do I get any penalty dice?
So you get a bonus die, but it's -2 because they're in cover, so you're essentially rolling.
Minus
Minus
one.
At a -1. Okay.
Yeah.
Pistolier.
Blam blam. Nope, don't push it.
Nope.
I wouldn't push it.
Nah, I'm not
I wouldn't
pushing.
push it.
Straight back out the game if
I
you
mean,
do,
again,
mate.
you can if you want to.
How many times
No,
can I do
that
that
one-
rally maneuver, Brian? Just once per combat, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
maneuvers are once per combat encounter, so
Okay.
Okay, that was Garita Edris. You
So,
have seen her run.
Yeah. Can I move that far? I just forget with these distances.
You can move as far as your short range circle.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. I am going to shout to everyone as I'm leaving. She can't escape because if she's coming back with more people. I'm going to roll.
Can I use a crew maneuver and use up my go to do it?
You'd have to swap
yeah,
initiatives
on your
with somebody
turn.
if it's out of
In which
turn.
case, I will analyze what she's doing and tell him, shoot her in the leg. There. So you get plus
Oh, well,
2
that's...
base dice.
You're out of turn though, you'd have to
That
swap
won't
initiatives.
help him until it's your
Your
turn,
turn.
unless Edris wants to swap with you.
I just saw something that Brian could do when it was on his turn, because this is guard maneuver. You get a
Well,
plus
it's
3
a while
to
from
attack.
now, though. He's
Yeah,
already gone.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that one.
So
gonna skip
if Osric
Edris?
wants to use Analyze to assist Edris, you two are going to need to swap initiatives.
I'm
Shall we
not
swap
going
initiatives?
last. Are you
Why not?
kidding? What a killer.
Yeah,
Well, I
and
mean,
I'll give you
she's already
plus 2
gone
to
this
do
You're
it.
going before she goes again, mate. You're still
You're
going
still gonna
before
go
she
before
goes
her.
again.
She's
Yeah,
already
you're
gone.
still gonna go anyway.
Oh,
And
Yeah, she was in the
and
first round.
and
wow.
and after that, he'll then do initiative again. So you might still go. You might go
Wow.
twice before she goes, mate.
Yeah.
if I move my belt back
You've
there.
definitely got one before she goes, and you might get a second before
Okay,
she
so
goes.
I'm going to swap you two then.
Yep.
You're
Swap with Osric. Okay, and so Osric is going to use Analyze, which does what?
Gives him plus 2 base dice on a specific opponent, which we both know who he's going to be shooting for.
Yes.
Oh, you can apply that to any character?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. As long as they're within the same, what is it? Zone, I think it is.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
we're in the
You
same
definitely
or
zone.
in the
another
same
explorer
zone.
in the same zone get plus 2 base dice for 1 attack on a specific enemy.
For one attack. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
So it negates
But-
your negative.
Well,
Negates
she's
him.
not in
She's
cover,
not in cover, so
so-
it gives him plus 2.
Oh, it does negate the negative of his suit, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm
suit.
saying. It negates
Yeah.
the suit negative.
Okay, so
He's
that's
al- you're al-
Osric. Then we go.
And Edris
Osric
also
can
gets
move
him
as
in the
well,
back.
if you want to.
What? I'm not moving while this thing's moving that I'm standing on.
Fair.
I
Yeah,
don't wanna go
technically it
under
is
the
still in
wheels.
motion. That's true. The Zapti constable looks around, kind of sees that he's lost one person here. He's lost communication with another one. He also puts down his gun and lays down on the ground with his hands out. So he is out of combat unless you do something about it. So Rico, you're still driving.
Yep.
and there's 2 of them lying on the floor in front of you. Just saying.
Yeah. No,
Speed
they
bump!
gave up.
That's if Rico's that type of person.
Wow.
Speed bump.
Oh no, he's not that. No, they gave up. That's fine. He's gonna leave it there and just gonna move in the behind of the machine. And
Are you going to
homegirl's
turn it
right
off
there.
first? Are you going to turn off the ignition, please?
No, it's
Please?
fine. It's not going anywhere. I didn't press the gas pedal. It's
Just
good.
leave it running.
It just has the car on. It's just a car on. He walks in the behind and he kind of pulls out his gun and he's gonna take a shot. I'm like, boom.
Come on.
Oh, at Tamar? Okay.
Yep. I mean, even just a winger. I mean,
You don't get the +2 bonus, though. He gave the bonus.
oh no.
to Edris,
I ain't.
so,
I don't worry about it.
Come on, Max. You've got this. That's a 6.
It hits.
That
That's
is
a
a
6.
hit.
I accept. Hey, that's
You're
still 2
accepting?
points
Okay.
damage.
She's got 4 armor,
Yes, but
remember?
she-
Can't
has
leave any of
quite
these
good
alive. You
armor.
know this, don't you? We can't leave any of these guys alive.
No, we can't. You're right, we can't. You're right, we can't.
None of these are
Fails,
walking away
and
from
she
this.
already
Oh,
moved
you're
this
right.
round, so she
You're right.
can't dodge.
Why? I'm sorry, I'm not murdering people.
You don't have to.
We'll let
I'll
him
do
do
that.
it. He can do it.
No,
It's fine.
I'm not going to have that.
So she stumbles and goes down on a knee.
Well, there you go, dude. Idris.
He's getting fucking throat punched now.
Come on.
Hey, you still got your rifle.
Idris.
You still got your rifle.
I'm going to move up. What kind of
Point
condition is
blank
she? Can I have
range.
check what kind
She's
of condition
hurt.
she's in? Yeah?
Yeah.
Is she hurt to the point that she would surrender?
No,
If I asked her to?
Dave, no mercy.
Not mercy.
Nah, you do. We
Questions.
want,
No, we gotta get enough
questions.
bodies
Aye,
already
we
to
want
talk to.
questions. You're right.
Where to get enough bodies to talk
I'm
to?
sorry. I thought criminals realise you don't kill cops if you can avoid it.
I'm going to attempt to knock her out, but not kill her.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
Whack around the head with the gun that I've got in my hand.
But
Pistol
on the
whip.
head, okay. So, tell you what. I will let you... I mean, she's down. She's used her action. She's not going to be able to dodge. I will let you use... if you're going to gun butt her...
Probably use his
I will
unarmed.
let you make an unarmed attack, which I think you can do.
You got the dirty fighter.
I'll give you a bonus die for using the gun butt, and yeah, you can use Dirty Fighter.
I'll use Pugilist because Dirty Fighter
Oh,
just gives me
Pugilist.
extra
Yeah,
damage.
yeah,
Pugilist
yeah.
gives me an extra die.
Okay.
So Pugilist and a bonus die, did you say?
And you get another 2 bonus die from me.
Yeah, yep, see? There you go.
Focus, yeah.
Was it 3 bonus die, Brian, did you say? With all that?
Well, so you activate Pugilist.
Yeah, done that.
You're getting 2 dice
Two
from
dice from
Osric.
David.
You get another die from
Yeah,
using
it's
the
the
gun butt
2 dice
instead
on
of
the
just
side.
punching her. So yeah,
Imagine
3
three.
bonus dice in addition to Pugilist.
Come
And
on.
which attribute is it? Oh,
Oh, that'd be Strength.
Strength. Walk her up.
so 7 dice in total.
Come on.
If this doesn't land, honestly.
It will. It will. Yes.
Look how many 6s he got.
Come on.
Oh, I don't think it did the damage thing. Or
Strangely, it didn't. Oh, because you rolled off Pugilist and not your unarmed attack. But still, we'll count it. So you hit with 1, which does the base damage for unarmed. But you also have Dirty Fighter.
Yeah. So
Which-
base is 2.
Close combat attacks, unarmed, have base rating of 2. So you do, with 1 success, you do 2 damage. You do an additional point of damage for the second success, which is enough to knock her out. So well, you describe it.
Yeah, no, that's it. I just run up on it, and hopefully she's looking up a bit concerned because of what she put me through. Knowing that she was gonna, at that moment, knowing she's gonna die, and then bonk on the side of the head.
Okay.
So she, for all she knows, in her dreams now, she's dead. She's gonna wake up being
Okay.
interrogated.
You're
So,
waking up with a
as
bag on your
she
head.
falls down, unconscious, I think that might be a good place for us to finish today.
nice.
To give you all some time to think about what you want to do next session, because here's the situation we find ourselves in. You have murdered 2 Zapti.
We defended ourselves.
You have,
Killed in self-defense is different from murdered, Brian.
for right now, I'm going to say murdered.
Innocent
think
until
it's-
proven guilty, Brian.
It's more interesting
Innocent
for
until
the
proven
game.
guilty, Brian.
We just chunk a body. We just throw the body in
Ultimately,
space or something.
We have crossed so many lines. I think.
Okay, I'll
we-
put it a different way. Brian has 1 body on his gun, and Garita does, and Oziel has a body on his gun. And essentially, I'm assuming you're also going to capture the other 2. You have 3
Oh, yeah.
prisoners.
Garida,
So we have 1 prisoner.
Garida, you've just lost another hope. Because you've just moved into short range of some bleeding people.
Oh, that's
You
true.
still got the trauma. You still got the trauma coming
hold on
on.
here.
Yeah.
You might want to back up and it's like,
I'm
no,
going to back up and do
I'm gonna
that.
back up a wee bit now. Wait a minute. We'll clean this up a bit first. Oh
So,
shit.
I want to be clear, though. Is Garita just
Yes.
popping the 2 that are down?
Yes.
Wow.
No witnesses.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I see Garida lining his gun up and say, "Don't kill!"
No, Question.
Don't kill them!
Is anyone going to physically stop Garita?
I'm not physically
I'm on top
stopping
of
We're
the
her.
We're
damn
not-
machine. How am
We're
I
not
getting
in
over
initiative
there?
right now.
I'm not getting over there. I'm just sitting there, kind of like they came
I
to
mean,
try to fight us. I'm-
I'm all the way over here. I don't know if I'm stopping her. Like,
We're not in initiative. I'm asking you. Do
Nah,
you
I'm not
want
stopping
any
her.
of your characters to physically stop
I'm not
Yes,
Garita?
stopping her.
yes.
Nope.
I will jump off and run over and try and stop him
You
from
kinda like-
hitting them.
So, Brian, Osric is running in your direction like, no, don't! And looks intent to stop you. Are you going to go through with it or not?
No, I'm going through with it.
Wow, wow.
So
I
I'm
come
assuming
from the
Osric is
outer
not going to
mining-
tackle Garita.
Oh yes. I'm gonna try tackling it.
Okay,
Me
you're
and
going to
my-
try. All right,
Yes.
we're going to keep this light, but I do want to get a strength contest between the two of you.
You must be joking.
I know, well, you're
Garita
trying to
got
stop.
pugilist.
You're trying to
She
stop
got
her.
pugilist. I was just like,
And I have
What?
pugilist, and I have dirty fighting.
So
you're funny because
you
we try to damage.
So this isn't unless Garita wants to hurt Osric. This isn't for damage. This is basically
I'm
to
not
just
going to.
This is taking a turn.
push Osric to the side and go do your business.
Ugh,
Exactly.
Go out of the way.
But Osric, I assume, is going to try to capture your arm and prevent you from being able to shoot someone.
Oh, poor
I get
Osric.
to use pugilist with this one.
Oh, he's pushed it.
He's pushing it. He's failed in the
Oh.
push.
You do get to use pugilist because technically you are it is a grapple. So yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as long as you get one success. Oh, you didn't.
Is it? Oh, is he gonna? Oh, he can't push.
Oh, but the defender wins.
So she
Well, no,
wins.
there still has to be a success for someone to win.
So they can roll again. Does it make him sure?
No,
they're kind of
Garita can push, but if Garita pushes,
She's out the game.
she's broken.
Yeah.
I'll accept it.
So I've managed to
Okay.
stop Garita for this round.
So-
I'll try
So
again next
you
round.
grab onto Garita. What are you going? We'll finish the session with this. What are you going to say to
Cut
Garita
yourself
to
open.
convince her not to just take out these two surrendering Zapti?
Garita, they're working for an illegal officer. Don't kill them for that. She has no right to searches like that. Stop it.
I think we'd all be saying this, and he hasn't got. She hasn't got communicator.
She's not got
She
comm
doesn't.
on. She's not got comms.
No, no.
But
can't
you
say
all
anything
could have
to her.
rushed up and put your voice into it as well.
Nah, I panicked. I panicked and didn't go.
No, Rico's just sitting on top of the machine, just watching what was going on. He's cutting his
Okay.
pistol. Watching
I've got no
his
skin in this
Ricky
game. I
just
never. I
walks in
panicked. I
and
never went up.
popcorn, and it's just like, yeah.
So we will say for the start of next session that for now Osric has halted Garita from murdering these two Zapti that have surrendered. We will pick up next session with a final decision on what to do with them
Mm-hmm.
and what to do with Tamar, who I assume you're going to at the very least question.
Oh yeah.
Because even if you do capture the two, if you find that they're still worth killing, you could still kill them.
Yeah.
You know.
We
But
need the information that they've got before we do anything to
There's
them.
that too.
And then Garida can
Then you can do what you
whatever
want.
she
aye.
wants.
Well, the
As
other
I
thing
walk
All
is
right.
I'll walk out of the
I
room.
want to check them all for blight. For all we know.
oh, that's
she's-
an interesting
she was,
thought.
Yeah.
She was in
That is an interesting thought.
in league with Davudon or whatever. Who knows?
Who knows? Well, I think we're going to find out
Well,
soon enough.
But I don't know
Yeah,
anything
we'll
about
have to
that
find
stuff.
out next time.
Indeed. Oh.
That was an interesting.
That was very interesting session. Let's get some XP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I fired off 2 shots at -4 dice.
He hit. He
And
hit.
hit.
So he's
And hit me. You did well.
Yeah,
you
you
did
did
good.
really well.
Sounds like some of your gonna want to change some of your equipment as well, which we'll certainly have time for.
Ah, we
Next
need to
session, I
repair
will
some
warn you
stuff.
now, is gonna have some downtime, right? So
Well,
think
we've
about
got
that in
some
advance.
That's good. 'cause
experience.
I've got
least-
experience to spend.
probably at least a week.
Oh.
We'll see.
So Drake.
I'm gonna fire one of the was it decontamination machines?
Decontamination. machines, yeah.
Decontamination kits are a
Yeah.
thing.
Yep. I'm gonna get one of those.
But again, keep in mind you're gonna lose
I'm going to buy 10 climbing
one
kits.
blight per shift, just for living, right? So
Oh no, it's
Anyway.
just whenever we do delving.
Okay, so experience points. Did you participate? Yep, everybody did. Did you role play your quirk?
I did.
I
Oliver
couldn't.
did.
Yep.
No.
Osric
No.
did. I don't think anybody else did.
No.
So it's 1 for everybody, 2 for you two. Did you explore an unknown location? No.
Nope.
Did you investigate a mystery? I don't think there was really any investigation
No, we-
today.
No,
Finish-
that's the next
Isn't
game.
investigation,
I think
yeah.
I think that's the next game when we're talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
Did you instigate or partake in intrigue? I
Yeah.
don't know if fighting the Zapti
Fighting with the
counts as
Zapti is definitely
instigating.
intrigue because we don't know if they're crooked or if if we've got hot material. It's definitely intrigue. It's definitely intrigue.
Because they're
I'm
saying we're
appealing that
stopping
I
for
don't think so.
contraband.
No,
They were
okay.
here to
That's
get
just
contraband
combat.
from
You
us.
I
might
tried.
get it next time, but
I
not this
tried.
time.
Well,
So we're at 1 and 2.
I did try to instigate intrigue between
You did,
first
but-
Nima and
It's so late.
Oscar.
Keep in mind, it's still between midnight and 6 a.m. Like, some people aren't even thinking at this point.
Aim!
We're still at 1. Did you help another explorer?
I did because I used the rally and helped everybody.
That you did.
And I used analyze to help.
Edris.
To help
That's true.
Edris, aye.
Mhm.
Yeah. I kind of
Okay.
did use a big machine. I don't know if that one counts.
You helped move
That was
Osric.
participating in combat. That wasn't specifically helping a specific person. It has to be actually helping a person.
I don't think using a maneuver counts as help either. That's
No?
just
Nope.
that's just
Right,
a
fine.
maneuver. Helping is literally helping people, right? With
like
with the
assisting,
task.
on a roll or something.
Yeah. So there wasn't
Okay,
really any of
okay.
that. So we're still at 1 and
Back to
2.
2.
Did you interact with your affiliated faction through your contact
Not yet.
Yes,
or background?
You did.
Yes.
Yeah, Osric did.
Osric did. So Osric's at 3. Did you overcome a difficult challenge? Yes.
Yes.
You all did
That's 2.
overcome. So everybody
Yeah,
gets
that's
2. Oliver gets 3. Osric gets 4.
Yep. So I'm at 21.
Nice. I
As
am
far as
at...
crew points, did you take on a challenge together?
I'm at
You
16.
did. So whoever's keeping track of crew points needs to denote. I forget what you were at. Oh, you're
at
at
15.
16.
16.
So now you're at 17. Did you undertake a delve? No. Did you find a builder glyph? No. Did the crew get promised a favor? No. Did the crew turn in an artifact? Not yet. Did
Right.
the crew gain aid from the bird in a desperate circumstance? Not today. So you're at
today.
17 CP.
Plus 1.
Definitely
Was
got
that plus
some.
1 CP, was it?
It was
Yeah.
16 to 17.
You are now at 17.
Okay. I'm on-
And
And I'm on
yeah,
16
that is
XP.
it.
Okay. Amazing. Let me do a little outro then. We'll say goodnight to people. Thank you very much, Brian, for another awesome session.
Yeah.
Welcome to Chapter 2, everybody. Thank you, Dave, Brian and Max for playing with me. Thanks to our audience tonight for putting up with a few technical issues on a few different parts. We've been all over the place tonight. I missed a section where I was muted. I don't know how long I might have been half an hour you didn't hear me for. So apologies for technical issues and poor production quality tonight. Do my best to make sure it's back to the usual quality for the next session. So yes, when you are catching us on YouTube, thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome to Chapter 2. We are RxOliver and the gang. Good night.